people don't like you to mention certain things. Some people don't want you to say this. Some people don't want you to say that. Some people think if you mention some things, they might happen. Some people are really fucking stupid.
It's me. It's the worst of the Opie and Anthony Show.
Damn.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Good morning to you. We got to go right to the phones. Talking about first time you jacked it, I guess.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that, weren't we?
I don't know how we got on that subject because of the guy listening to the Sacramento couple yesterday.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Let's say hi to Fred. Hey, Fred, where are you calling from, man?
I'm calling from Augusta, Georgia right now.
Okay, you got a story for us?
Yes, sir. I can remember, I'm 50 years old, so give me that tidbit. I remember the days when we were with my mom, we had her Simpson Sears catalog, and that's where you're jerking off to. So I remember the first time I got
slow down. What?
Okay.
Oh, what catalog?
A Simpson Sears catalog. I'm from Canada, so it's a Sears catalog.
Sears
right?
catalog that
okay.
we would jacket to.
Yeah, I used to jacket to the pictures of the girls in bras.
In the bras?
Yeah, that was porno back then when you were like, I don't know, 10.
Kind of
11.
was. You'd have to look through the circulars and find...
oh, yeah, you get that, or the before and after.
Bikini ads.
The before and after pictures in the back of some of those teen magazines.
Really?
That my older sister had, where, like, you put this cream on your...
jacket to the fat chicks on the
No.
before?
It's even better, actually. I mean, that would be a funny story, too. But they used to have in the back of these magazines a breast cream.
Oh, right.
Remember the breast cream?
Yes.
Where supposedly the teenage girls were supposed to, like, put this cream on their boobs.
And their boobs would get bigger.
And they'd show the before and after picture, and then
ridiculous.
You would buy this product as a teenage girl, not knowing that it's actually puberty that's making them bigger, not this stupid cream. All right, so the Sears catalog, you used to jacket to that?
Yeah, so that gives you that type of idea. I remember when I was 12 years old, I was in grade 8. And I wanted to get laid so bad because I was jerking off, and I wanted to know how it felt like. So I finally found this girl in grade 8 who wanted to do it with me. So she was like wooden floor. So I was great.
Of course she had a wooden floor. She was nothing was happening down there yet.
That's right. So I thought all I had to do was stick it between her legs, and I was having sex with her. So we got on the floor in her bedroom, and then I stuck it between her legs. I remember it was too dry, and I just had to stick it between her legs. I told her to squeeze her legs tighter so I could get it in there, and it wouldn't go in, so I had to go down and spit in it, right?
Oh, my God. Only in Georgia.
Jesus.
No surprise here. Wait, were you having sex with her, or were you having sex with her legs?
No, I was having sex with her.
Oh, okay.
The point was, I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I just had to stick it between her legs, but not in her hole. You see?
Yeah,
So all I did was I spit in the hole, and it got nice and greasy then. Then I got in there and I fucked her.
All right, Jesus.
Then our parents came home.
And then I found out years later that it wasn't sex at all. I had to screw it between her legs. I didn't put it in the hole at all.
All right, thank you, Fred. You scare me.
That is a frightening
All right, there
man.
goes Fred.
You are frightening.
We could salvage that call, though. There are things when you're a kid, that you think is sex.
Misconceptions about sex that you do.
So to that guy, I think he wasn't sure you were supposed to, as he said, put it in the... I'm not even going to say it. I mean, come on. Let's keep it a little clean on this show.
It sounded so nice and innocent the way he told the story, didn't it?
But
fuck!
Right. I think what he was trying to say, back then he thought having sex was just when you... Oh, no, he did know, but... He ended up having sex with her legs?
Opie, I have no idea what that guy was talking about.
I'm really trying to
Somehow
save that phone call.
He had sex with the girl's legs and didn't actually do it, but he thought he was doing it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if he knew what actually doing it was. He wasn't very clear. He was laughing too hard at his memories.
Right. Well, I talked about this in the past. I thought, I thought you had to do it in the back door, and that the other one, the front one was just used for what,
And when'd you figure it out the real way? Last week?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like all the girlfriends are like, ow!
No, it was after the film, obviously. Like,
it goes
that's
in
used
the
for two
front.
things.
Well, you're not too clear on the female parts because you don't have them.
Right.
So you're not sure.
Right.
You have the back,
right.
so you kind of know what that's about. So you assume.
You know what? I think we're going to just do a sex show today. I decided.
Is it completely a sex show?
Because you guys try to tell us what you want to hear on this program. Now we're going to just do sex all day long.
Sexual discussion, and then we have sex on the couch.
Didn't you have something similar? What you thought was sex when you were a lot younger?
Yeah, I thought it was backdoor when I was a kid. I guess I was about maybe 7, and I thought it was backdoor. And then when I learned that it was front door.
All right, so you thought it was backdoor as well.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm not alone.
You're not sure of the anatomy, so you don't even know that there's anything different up there in a girl.
Well, when you're really young and you see the front one,
yeah,
it's intimidating and quite scary.
Very intimidating indeed.
And when you and I were growing up, women weren't really taking care of that area.
No, it was
so you couldn't even
imagine mess.
You couldn't even imagine that was the way to go.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You just couldn't imagine.
Oh no. It was very frightening.
It was very frightening.
I was brought into it. Mom, turn the radio off, okay? Don't listen. Because it's
because we need Anthony to not have to worry about his mom listening.
It's embarrassing talking about
my mom. It's hilarious. I was listening today. I had to turn you guys off. Well, I'm like,
oh, that's
good.
What mine says too.
That's fine.
She called last night. She's like, yeah, I listen, but there are times I just have to turn it off. It's like, oh boy, whatever, 65-year-old woman is really the demo we're looking for. So no, turn it off. That's what of course you're not going to like some of the stuff we're doing. Especially when you consider it's me telling the stories.
What didn't she like yesterday? The poker chips?
No, she actually didn't listen yesterday. But there have been things that whenever we talk about things like this, she doesn't like to listen, which is good. Don't listen. When I was a kid and kind of got hooked up through my father in California, my father kind of hooked me up with this girl.
He hooked you up with a lot of girls.
On my, I guess it was my 13th birthday or something like that.
Yeah. Is this the Buzz story?
Yeah, Buzz. Old Buzz. She was a friend of the family. She was like 19 years old. I guess she had banged everybody that we even knew.
Everybody in the town?
Yeah. She was like the town whore.
Was she really?
The town whore.
You never said that before.
Yeah, she banged everybody.
Was she just a local chick in the bar?
She was banging all my father's horse friends, that would go riding with him and stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
your dad was a cowboy after he left Long Island.
He's a cowboy.
Said,
moved
screw
out to
Long
Southern
Island.
California.
I'm going to California, and I'm going to be a cowboy,
Bought a bunch of horses. I went out there, lived out there with him. He bought me a horse. I had the horse, the whole deal, Opie. I was a Western guy. I wore cowboy boots and the cowboy hat. I was a cowboy. It was pretty funny. Had a 6-gun. Sure.
A real one?
Real one. Bought it for me for, also, I guess, my 12th birthday. Got me that. Got me a rifle.
How long did you live out there? I thought you were just visiting.
13, 14, 15, maybe 3 or 4 years.
Oh, you did 3 or 4 years out there.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years.
I thought you just used to visit.
My formative years.
Because I know your mom threw you and your brother on the bus one day.
No, that was actually coming home. I moved out there because I wanted to move out there. I wanted to hang out with my father and ride horses. It's a kid's dream to be a cowboy. My brother got thrown out there by my mother because she didn't want to deal with his pot smoking. My brother's pot smoking, stealing and lying, stealing my mommy's quarters out of the quarter jar to buy joints and lying about it. So mommy threw him out. And
so he went first.
No, I went first.
Oh, okay, and then he joined you.
And then he joined me out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he wasn't really into the whole cowboy thing, so he just smoked pot out there. It was pretty much doing the same thing, only out there. And
but you got into the cowboy lifestyle.
Oh, I was totally into it. I used to listen to like stuff you'd hear on Hank's Place.
I love Hank's Place.
I would listen to that. That was my music.
If you guys haven't checked out Hank's Place yet on XM Satellite Radio, I forgot what channel it is, but it's definitely worth checking out. It's like either 10, 11, 12, or 13.
Oh, it's hysterical.
It's way up there, but yeah. Hank's Place rocks. Yeah. It's scary that people think like this in the country.
Oh, it's amazing.
In the country, but
it's Red State Station.
Exactly. Anyway, go ahead.
I was one of them. I love that music. So I was a cowboy, and she was like the town whore, Buzz. And one night, my father and his girlfriend at the time were going out, and just kind of left Buzz there, and kind of were smiling, like winking or something when they left. I didn't know what was happening.
And you were 13, 12?
Yeah, I guess I was 13. Yeah. And then
was this for your birthday?
Yeah. It was my birthday present. And then Buzz goes, "Why don't you go upstairs and take a shower?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." Not thinking anything about it.
Well, I was riding my horse today.
I had
I'm a
cowboy
sweaty.
dirt on me.
Okay.
I had cowboy dirt on me. So I did, and I get out of the shower, and I'm ready to walk back downstairs and watch TV with Buzz. And I hear from the bedroom, "Aren't you coming in?" Like, and no, it didn't even hit me at that point.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, now what's the voice coming from in the bedroom? She was downstairs. Now why would she be? Oh,
it finally hit you.
Oh.
You're like, this is it.
Oh,
This is it.
here it comes. I'm gonna put all that jacking to good use. Yeah. So I heard.
Did you get an immediate boner?
Oh yeah. What are you kidding? You get that whoosh feeling all over.
Well, that's the blood just rushing.
Here it comes. Here comes that sex stuff. And then I kind of peer around the corner, and I look in the bed, and this vision is just etched in my head. It's Buzz.
Is it still a really hot vision for you?
It's one of those nice little memories you have as a kid. I remember seeing Buzz sitting in my bed.
Yeah.
But she's sitting up with her head and torso against the headboard.
Was she hot? Be honest.
No, she was.
I've heard the story a couple times.
You know what it was? She wasn't fat at all, but she was a big girl, like tall and not skinny, but not fat. And she had huge cans.
How much bigger was she than you?
It must have looked ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Let's just put
I've
it
never
that
heard
way.
this part of the story, because you're 12, 13.
I was 13.
13.
Yeah.
You couldn't have weighed more than, what, 110, 120 pounds?
I don't know. I was a little more than that. But, it just must have looked ridiculous.
All right.
And she was sitting up in the bed with the blanket, like, in her lap. It just came up to her lap, so her huge cans were sitting there, all milky white.
They were huge?
Oh, they were huge. They were huge.
With nice blue veins.
They were just
Where
huge.
you see the blood just pumping.
Boom, boom, translucent.
Pumping
boom,
to
boom,
the nipple.
Boom, 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 boom. She was sitting there.
White.
And I looked in, and it was pretty much the first time I ever saw him real live. I've seen a lot of porno.
Yeah.
I had seen a lot of porno at that point.
And they sat up nice?
Yeah, because she was 19,
Oh, okay.
She was 19. She was the older woman to me.
I know. When you tell the story, I keep thinking like she was a 30-year-old woman.
No,
but she was 19 and you were 13.
19.
All right.
Yeah. And, she goes, why don't you come in? Like, all right. I went in, and the rest is my history. It happened.
Oh, you want to stop the story right there?
Well, I knew what to do, so there's no real details.
How long did you last?
It wasn't that long.
How long? Be honest.
I don't know.
A couple pumps?
I honestly would tell you, I really don't remember, but
Dude,
no, I remember kind of getting into it.
The first time you do it, come on.
You know what, though?
You were drunk?
I had jacked it in the shower that I had just taken. I had jacked it in the shower.
You were a jacking machine,
A
man.
monkey! I was like a monkey. I swear to you, a monkey.
So did you just do regular sex?
Yeah, but the point is, and how this got brought up, with the intimidation factor of the vag when you first see it.
It's quite scary the first time you see it.
And, dude, this was...
And there's a lot of parts down there, and you're like, wow, what does all that do?
Oh, my God, I'm going to need a chart.
Right, give me a map.
We had continued to have sex for months afterwards, Like, I was going to... She would show up at the house after my father and his girlfriend would leave in the mornings before school. So I'm getting ready to go to school, and she would pop into my bed. And we'd have sex, and off I'd go to school.
Now, what's messed up, if it was a 19-year-old guy and a 13-year-old girl?
Yeah, I did get in trouble for that.
What?
Kidding.
Oh, okay. People wouldn't think that's cool. Like a guy hearing that, hearing you tell the story that you're 13 banging a 19-year-old, that is a really cool story.
Uh-huh.
Every guy dreamt that could happen to them when they were growing up.
I told people at school, and they didn't believe me. They thought I was just another one of their friends lying to them. They're like, get out of here. I'm like, no, really, I just had sex.
Were you the first one?
Smell my finger.
Were you the first one to have sex?
Yeah, yeah.
In your group of friends?
Oh, yeah.
Must have. That's like really young.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But the now one of these sexual encounters before school, she goes down on me, and it was just wee hoo boy, this is goody, more fun than toys, and then she goes, would you like to do this to me?
Oh no.
And dude, I am talking. She wasn't that old.
Crank this up, baby.
Oh, she wasn't that old. 19. Still had teen in the name. Still a teen. Not a nasty Mrs. Robinson. Yeah, like I'm banging Dean Wormer's wife. With those pointy tits in her bra.
This music's playing in your head.
No.
As he pulls down her huge panties.
Yeah, I pulled down her huge. She did have big 70s panties. Like, the ones that just are not cut at all up the legs?
Yeah.
Just big bloomers? Those were the ones.
Let me step out of my bloomers.
Yeah.
And it had to be a mess, because this was like the 70s, right?
Kick the,
late 70s maybe?
Kicks the bloomers over the lamp and the whole room goes dark. Her big bloomers.
So she goes, would you like to do this to me?
Would you like to do this to me? And the only vision I had was the vision I saw of it before I, put it in. So I remembered what it looked like very vividly.
What did it look like? Come on.
Dude, it was as if you had punched Fidel Castro in the mouth and his lips swelled up.
And knocked out all his teeth.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like Albert Einstein with a head wound. It was awful.
And there was
big.
And there was a couple shots of Novocaine in the lips.
Yeah. Like he was going for dentistry. Right. And the hair was spread out so far, like past the area. She had like leg hair on that. It was giant.
Thank God you just don't see that these days.
You just don't.
You know?
You don't, thank God.
It used to grow, I don't know, man. Maybe we were brought up as cavemen in some other era, because it used to grow like halfway down their thighs.
Down the thigh?
Man.
Does it even grow like that anymore?
I don't know.
Girls are less hairy, more gooder now.
But know what the problem is? All these styles come back. That style will come back.
You think?
Before our time is done on this earth.
I don't think so.
We are going to have to deal with that again. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
That's like the Hitler mustache. Not down there, but the Hitler mustache on your face. I never see that coming back again.
I'm telling you, man. It's going to come back.
Yeah.
All right, so...
She sat on the edge of the bed one time, naked, and when she was sitting and her lap, her leg, she was bent at the waist because she's sitting. It looked like she was wearing black furry panties.
Ugh.
Her pubes were just so stretched out.
I can't imagine girls were getting a lot of oral back then.
Yeah,
I can't imagine, because now today, most of the girls are completely shaved.
But just think of the hairy mess when
easier.
They did. Big Burt Reynolds mustache and pork chop sideburns going down on a chick with a rug in her lap. Just a big hairy mess all around. God. Oh, cavemen. Yeah, that went on for years.
So did you do it?
Until I left back to... No. I went...
How'd you get out of it?
She goes, would you mind doing this to me? And I just went... I don't think so. I did. I said, I don't think so. She knew I was a rookie.
So then what
I'm
happened?
Not ready to go for the big league.
So what happened then?
We just continued having regular sex.
Yeah.
She didn't cut me off from it.
That's great, man.
I guess she understood.
You're going to 8th grade getting banged every morning. That's
it was
amazing.
Odd. It was pretty odd.
That's amazing, man.
And then girls my own age, I was like, geez, this chick don't know shit.
And she doesn't
even
even
help a brother out.
She doesn't even have boobs yet.
I'm like, hey, would you, mind doing this to me? And they go, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank's Place is Channel 13. Good.
Channel 13.
Right. Let me see if Ozzy could... that's a great story, by the way, Anthony.
Oh,
More details.
It was greater to live, Opie.
More details.
And then the next day,
I
got in the truck with my dad. He was driving me to school, and he kind of just looks over and goes, so, how was last night?
That's a cool dad, man. For my 13th birthday, I got a 10-speed bike.
Wouldn't it be fun to know what you know
got
now?
A hooker. You basically got a hooker.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a money thing.
Did your dad bang her too?
Probably. Who knows? Probably compare notes. Yeah, Dad, I snatch. It was, now it kind of threw me. Yes. How was last night? Oh, if you knew what you know now, like I could have come back with, it's like, so how was last night? And go, oh, Dad, I don't like girls, thanks for the effort and stuff, but I really don't like girls.
Yeah. Man, that's
freak him out.
Yeah, that's
it was like, wow, no, it was, it was cool. It was good.
You had the coolest dad in school.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
Your brother wants in on the conversation.
Oh, yeah?
About you and Buzz when you were a kid, Anthony.
Oh,
out there in California.
Let's see what Joe's going to add.
Brother Joe, Anthony's brother, of course. Joey! Joe!
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? You're on the air.
Yeah. Oh.
What the hell happened?
What's up?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Nothing, man. I was just getting gas. I'm on my way back from Atlantic City.
Oh, you're getting gas? Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming back from Atlantic City. I just saw Tom Jones.
Oh, how was that?
It was cool, man.
Did he do dry vagina?
Bunch of goddamn a bunch of old ladies, though. It was hysterical, man. They're like throwing these big old bloomers up at him.
Do they still throw their underwear at that guy?
Oh, it's hysterical, man.
Oh,
I love Joe. You have a great life now, man. You don't have to get up early to do that.
Oh, Joe just cruises around the world.
He's just doing his band thing and
going to Tom Jones concerts.
Tom Jones because he can now.
How does Tom Jones sound, Joe?
Things are good. You guys have made it that way for me. Thank you very much.
What's Tom Jones sound like? Any good?
Dry. Was that a Tom Jones song originally? Yeah.
The guy sounded incredible. He was really good, man.
Still has his pipes.
Great show. Hasn't lost a thing.
Wow, very cool.
Hasn't lost a thing.
I got to go check him out. It's pretty fun.
Well, anyway, I'm calling to talk about Buzz for a second.
Yes.
Anthony tends to whitewash things just a little bit.
What did I whitewash?
Oh my God, she didn't sound like a beauty.
Nothing about no. Everything's good as far as your detail goes, except for one thing. Buzz looked like a Cro-Magnon. She had the distended brow.
She had the unibrow.
Oh my God. Well, that's a detail that you forgot to tell us, Anthony.
I wasn't looking at her face. I was horrified at the vag.
What was hairier, her vag or her head?
It looked the same.
Or
the
her
eyebrow.
face,
she had a univag and a unibrow.
Wow.
You were talking about the hair thing. I mean, that was directly due to the fact that she was like a Neanderthal.
Hey, at least I wasn't 15 banging that 30-year-old mother with a friggin' axe crotch.
Wait a second, dude. She was 32.
Wait, are we going to get a new story today?
Oh, there was one time I was with Buzz in one of these bedrooms in this house.
Joe's the older brother. Go ahead.
And Joe was slamming this 32-year-old mom.
While you were banging Buzz?
Yeah, in the same room. And Joe goes, hey, at midnight, let's switch. And I said,
hold on.
there is no way I'm banging that old broad.
All right, hold on.
She walked like she'd been riding a horse for about 18 years. That girl, what was her name? Do you remember?
Sue.
Sue. This girl, Sue, woman, Sue, her legs were so spread apart, and she had the gap, like where her vag was supposed to be, was a gap like a hatchet wound.
Was that from riding horses?
I don't know what it was from.
Or doing horses.
Maybe getting slammed by everything that walked.
But, dude, she had to accommodate me, so it worked.
All right, wait a minute.
Oh, sure.
Hold on. Let's slow down, guys. Slow down. So, I got to get the visual here.
Yeah.
You're 13, Anthony. You're banging Buzz.
Yeah.
While Dad's out doing his thing.
Uh-huh.
And Joe's in the bed.
I was probably 14 at this time.
All right. And Joe's in the bed next to you, banging a 32-year-old?
No, different room.
Oh, okay.
No, he was in a different room. It was
all right.
There was a hallway and then 2 rooms at the end of each hallway.
Did you hear each other going at it?
I don't think so. There was Peter Frampton was playing.
Oh
they always used to put the Frampton Comes Alive album on.
Come on.
I swear. Sue would always put the Frampton Comes Alive album on blasting. And all we heard was, wow, 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 wow. Don't you feel like we do?
That wasn't Frampton. That was actually you going down on Buzz.
You know what? The old man hooked me up with her as well. I mean, the old man did a lot for us that way.
Oh, there it is. There's some Frampton.
Is this bringing back memories?
Oh, it's bringing back such memories.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think the old man was banging Sue also.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, wait, so Joe was a little older, so you were only 15 or 16 banging the 32-year-old?
Yeah, I was about 16, I guess. 17.
Yeah, and he was banging the 32-year-old and wanted to switch at midnight.
What, you guys had a little conference in the hallway?
Yeah.
In between banging?
We saw Sue breaking out the Frampton album. We knew we were getting laid. So,
real tag team.
Yeah, so Joe wanted to do the switch, and, man, I had, believe it or not, Buzz with the unibrow, the big 70s Earth Mama muff, the big Amazon woman was bad enough. But this is telling how bad Sue was. I wanted no part of her. There was nothing about Sue that was turning me on. She was much too old.
She was thin, though. She was thin. She was small.
She was emaciated. She had flapjack tits. She had two kids who were in the other room. She had two kids in the other room.
Dude,
Wait. In the other room?
Yeah, there was another room that the kids were in.
This was a flop house.
Oh, it was
I swear to God, man, I would have gone through 5 Sues before I would have taken one Buzz.
You wanted Buzz. You were the one that recommended the switch, that suggested the switch at midnight.
Dude, that was because I was 15, and I figured, what the fuck? We were screwing around. It would be fun, something to do. Switch it up a little bit.
Horrifying.
What were the kids doing while you were banging their mother?
They're probably playing with Legos. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But
did they call you Daddy, Joe?
The girl walking in one time on me.
Oh, great.
The little girl walking
in on us one time.
She was like 7.
I know, and she was only about maybe 6 years younger than me, right?
Can we find any of these people?
Who knows? I don't know. What the hell's going on in California? Sue's probably...
Which hippie colony should we check? Oh my God. You guys are a bunch of hippies out there.
Yeah, hippies.
With Tom Jones last night. Who knows?
Probably.
She's old.
Old
She's
broad.
old by now.
Joe, you had a great father, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He liked to party, pussy. That's for sure.
He gave you guys poo-ha, man.
Guns,
I remember. Yeah.
And guns, alcohol, and the bitches. He hooked us up.
You know what my dad gave me?
Booze, bitches.
My dad gave me a good jump shot.
There you go.
That's what I got from my dad, a good jump shot. I used to come and really good ball handling skills, and you guys are getting poo-ha, man.
I used to come home from school. I went to Marco Forster Junior High School, and it was right by the stable where we kept the horses. So I would get done with school about 3 o'clock, walk back to the stable, and every day my father, who for some reason couldn't hold a job, was sitting in a chair with Chato, the Mexican guy that had a horse at the same ranch. And they would just sit there drinking what they called yambos. They were the big 40-ounce beers. Why don't we get another yambo, Yoey? And then they'd sit there just drinking beer. And when their wives or girlfriends would bitch at them, they would look at each other and go, I'm going to get me another one. And this was their life. Riding horses, drinking,
and
screwing girls like Buzz and Sue.
Yeah.
So he was getting us right in line to do that.
And
drinking beer, riding horses, and screwing women.
Making homebrew.
And making the homebrew. They used to get these casks from these whiskey factories. Big wooden barrels. And they would take them back to the ranch, fill them up with like 5 gallons of water, and then roll it. Every couple of days you'd roll it like a quarter roll. And then after a month, you'd drain it out, and you'd get 1 gallon of liquid that would come out. But it was like pure alcohol that it would leach out of the wood from the casks. And we're kids, and they're giving us shots of this stuff. We were fucked up. I mean, completely hammered. What a great way to be raised.
Dude, you drank a glass. You had it on the rocks.
Yep.
And stood up from
That's how I drank at 13. On the rocks.
On the rocks. Go ahead, Joe. Joey.
Yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, and then you proceeded to go straight down to your knees.
Oh, yeah. Took a big shot and just went thud. Passed out. It was great.
Why straight down to your knees? Buzz was standing in front of Anthony there?
I wouldn't have gotten on my knees for Buzz, that's for sure. Looked like tumbleweed rolled in her lap.
All right, you know what? To wrap this up, you guys got to tell the story of Mom finally calling out to California and going, boys, it's time to come home. I think she was a little concerned for your safety.
Oh, that was when we had decided it was time to come back east and maybe get civilized for a little while. I was just coming back to visit. Joe, of course, was coming back to live there. But after I visited with my family here in New York for a while, I realized I was kind of programmed in California, and they kind of deprogrammed me here in New York, and I decided I better stay because I really was heading on the road to ruin out there.
But it's funny how you guys got back home. You had to take the bus trip,
right?
Well,
my mother had sent out 2 airline tickets for me and my brother to fly us from California to New York. So my father got the tickets, went to the airline, sold the tickets, took the money, and bought us 2 Greyhound bus tickets, and put us on the bus, and there we were on this 2-week-long excursion.
You can't be pissed at him because he gave you poo-ha, man.
There you go.
Riding along with hookers and pimps.
Yeah, so we were taking a bus all the way from California, L.A., to New York City, and it stopped at every city. You know, we stopped everywhere. And the collection of dregs of society, male hookers, hustlers, girl hookers, pimps, and I'm talking like Huggy Bear pimps. These guys with the fur hats and everything. It was just a collection. An Ouzo bum who had a bottle of Ouzo with him the whole trip that everybody, when he passed out, would take and pass around the bottle. And we were drinking this bum's Ouzo. This hot chick we met that was getting off in Cheyenne, but decided to hang out with us all the way into New York. Who knows what happened to her? Probably murdered or ended up a hooker. And then we finally get to New York after 2 weeks on the road. And right when we step off the bus, we get arrested by NYPD. This detective comes over.
Came up to me and grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, boys, you have to come with me," right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you left out the fact that I was smuggling in Thai sticks.
Right. Now the cop goes, "Come with me, get your bags." And we're like, oh, my God. Joe's got, like, pounds of Thai sticks.
How old were you, Joe?
Oh, God.
Probably 17 now. I think you were 17.
Oh, okay.
I was about 17, 16, 17.
And he just like a load of Thai stick in his bag. And the guy goes, "We're going to get your bags. And we're going to check you out, you know, because they thought we were runaways. They thought we were runaways coming into New York to, you know, hustle or something. So thank God that girl did follow us from Cheyenne and just hang out with us on the bus. We told her, "Could you get this one bag and get it immediately before we get there?" And she ran and got the bag and actually didn't steal it and took it. And then the cop goes to call my mom up, and I'm like, "Could you just identify yourself and first say your kids are fine? I'm NYPD. And I just took them, and I want to verify that they're not runaways." He gets on the phone. "Hello, Rosemary? Yes. Do you have 2 sons, Joseph and Anthony?" Yeah, and my mother's horrified. This guy just strung it along without, like, telling her we were okay. Guy was a real prick. But we got off the hook.
God, remember the knives that the old man gave us?
Yeah, he, like, confiscated our knives.
My side, and the cop was patting me down. You know, he goes, "Oh, what's this? What's this?" Puts his hand over by his gun, takes the knife away.
Yeah, what a collar.
Yeah.
What a collar, getting the Cumia boys.
Goddamn hysterical.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the memories, Joe. I forgot about Sue.
All right.
Well, more stories than that, though. For another day, all the Mojave Desert.
I know. Shootings and everything.
Yeah, we'll talk about the shooting next time you call in.
I saw more shootings than Puffy.
Yeah.
On an entire show, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great story, but you're going to have to tell it live in the studio, though.
But, Joe, bashing Buzz when you're banging a Sue is a little much. Come on.
They were both
she was this mousy woman with these big glasses. Remember Sue's big dopey? She looked like Tweety Bird. Yeah, these big glasses.
"Hi, Joe. I got my glasses, and I'm going to bang you to Peter Frampton." "Ow, my ass hurts from last night."
Oh, that's funny.
So don't bang my Cro-Magnon woman.
No, man. Who'd you rather fuck, Tweety Bird or Mike Tyson?
I was screwing Sasquatch.
No shit.
That's great. All right, Brother Joe.
In the groove.
Opie and Anthony. Do some push-ups, fatty.
This is the best show ever. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Here's Opie and Anthony when they aren't stinking.
Ooh, who took their shoes off? It's a little stinky in here.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Tony on Long Island, what's up?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Just to say, talk about taking one for the team. I used to work for a company, and I dealt with a girl in Chicago who she moved down to Atlanta. And so we got talking, and I just broken up with my girlfriend. And so one night we started having phone sex after she gave me her home number. So I said, "You know what? This is crazy. Let's meet halfway between Atlanta and Richmond and find out, and let's have sex for real." So I get in the car. It's Belmont weekend. I'm stuck in traffic, bleary-eyed. 9 hours later, I get down to Richmond, Virginia. And I get out of the car, and she's like 350 pounds, and I'm like, holy shit.
You didn't ask those questions before you decided to commit to a long drive?
I was like, well, whatever. I just broken up with a girlfriend of 4 years. I wanted to get one right out of the way, just to have it happen. And I got down there, and it was just like she was huge. But I was like, I can't turn around without getting some, so I took one for the team.
I don't get that,
man.
Oh,
dude, that's awful. I won't talk to a fat chick if she lives 5 minutes from me, much less drive 9 hours and acknowledge one. What's wrong with you?
All right, well, here's the real shame, is that she was a real nymphomaniac, and I wanted to get anal sex. So I flew down to Atlanta and banged her in the ass all weekend. It was horrible. We're out in Buckhead, and there's all these hot chicks. There I am with this big pig, this bar in Buckhead.
Oh, wow.
It was horrible.
Did she want to go out?
Yeah, she's like, oh, let's go out.
So now you got to walk around with her?
Yeah, it was horrible. She wanted to come to New York, and I was like, absolutely not. Cut it off right there.
It's all about the anal sex. I've walked around Buckhead. You're right. There's a lot of beautiful women in that area. And
She
walk
walked
around
around
with a 350-pound girl because she needs to go out.
You got on a plane to have sex with a barnyard animal. Congratulations.
That's hilarious.
You too, guys.
All right. I like when the honesty comes out on this show, man.
That's, something that reminds me a lot of the Dreamweaver story from years ago. I remember that. It was because I didn't want to be seen with her, and it's self-centered. It's nasty. It's probably not the nicest thing to do, but it was a girl that I met on the CB radio, named Dreamweaver, of course. That's the music. Her name was Dreamweaver. That was her CB handle, the Dreamweaver.
And what were you again?
I was Wrangler.
That's right, Wrangler.
I was the Wrangler because my job back then was on horseback. I would keep stable animals together and in their pens, and I was a wrangler. If any of the steer got out, I would wrangle them back in. The Wrangler.
I hope that's why you got that name.
Yeah, there's many.
So that is why.
Well, so did you use the CB radio to try to pick up chicks back then?
No.
Was it for the job?
I didn't use it to pick up chicks. Everyone had a CB back then. It was, it was
all
like
the rage.
The mid to late 70s, so everyone had CB. No one had cell phones, Opie, so it was,
Breaker. Breaker for the Dreamweaver. You got your ears on? It's the Wrangler. I'll be 10-10, 10-8 on the side. Dreamweaver, if you're out there. Okay, Dreamweaver, if you're out there, the Wrangler's on the side. Out.
But how did you start talking to her? She just happened to be on the CB one day?
Yeah, I think I was trying to get in touch with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my brother Joe.
Hey, Flying Fingers. You out there, Flying Fingers?
His name was Flying Fingers?
Yeah.
Why?
Guitar player.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Flying Fingers, you out there?
And then one day I hear a voice over the radio, and it was Dreamweaver.
It's Dreamweaver, and she almost had like an attitude like, why am I talking on the bullhorn now? Like Daria on MTV. You know Daria? She kind of had that whole thing, so it was kind of a cool attitude back then.
So I started talking to her.
Hey, Dreamweaver, this is the Wrangler. Well, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Dana Point. Oh, I'm San Juan Capistrano. I'm right, down the road. Oh. Well, I gotta go. Okay.
How old were you?
And then maybe... Oh, God.
13, 14?
Yeah, 13. And we kind of, every night when I'd get on the CB radio...
She was there?
She was there. She was always on the CB. And we would talk.
That should have been your first clue.
Should have been the first clue. Always on the CB radio. And I decided one day that I was going to ask her on a date. A date. But, my term kind of date. Not your ordinary date. We're going to go horseback riding. Because I have horses. And that's what I do. That's what I do now. So,
Dreamweaver to Wrangler. Like to know what you're doing this Saturday. Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. You want to go horseback riding with
And you
me?
never met her.
Never met her.
That's the key to the story. Okay.
Never met her. Okay. You know where the river bed splits in Capistrano? Yeah, I know that. Okay, I'll meet you there, and we'll go riding this weekend. We got a bunch of hills we could go riding up in. Oh, that sounds great. Okay, Dreamweaver out. Okay, Wrangler, over and out. I'll see you Saturday.
Were you all excited at this point?
Oh, it's great.
Because you have this image in your head, what she looks like probably.
Dreamweaver. Opie. The name.
It should say it all.
She's weaving dreams in my head of what she could be. Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver has to be a hot chick, right?
Absolutely. Dreamweaver. So all day Saturday, all morning, I got up early. I washed 2 horses, which, you know, it's quite a chore, and brushed the horses down. They looked great. Take some saddle soap to the saddle and everything.
Did you clean out their sheath?
No, I didn't clean out the sheath, pulling out hunks of beef jerky out of there. Never understood the people that did clean out the sheath. There was some stable...
cleaning out the sheath?
Dude, there were some stable whores that used to keep horses around where we kept them. And they were girls, you know, in their teens. They had these horses that used to clean their horses. You know, you got to clean the hoofs. You take this hook in your hand, lift the hoof up, and you're like scraping horse shit out of their hoofs.
Right.
Clean it out. And then you brush them, you bathe them. You got to clean their teeth sometimes, you know, and their ears. And then their sheath. This is a male horse. You know, they don't walk around with their dick hanging out all the time. It goes up into a sheath that's on their underbelly. This sheath gets filthy. And dried up skin and dirt
and rocks get caught up in there.
All kinds of crap gets caught in there. And these girls would reach up, grab this giant horse cock, and just pull it out of the sheath and start picking off all this dirt as they're just, you know, talking. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Does the horse get excited?
Sometimes, yeah. But most of the part, they're just looking around, you know, eating their hay and getting stuff picked off of them. Just disgusting. No, I didn't clean the sheath.
Just smelled it under your fingernails.
It did. Some of these pieces were like beef jerky.
Dude, when I was at college...
Yeah.
Are you done with the sheath part? Because it's
sure.
reminding me of something. When I was at college, I had this roommate, and his job on the weekends was to mate horses.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to go to work with a raincoat on. And his whole job, I swear to God. Because I don't know, but I hear, like, when they, you know what, it's unbelievable. It's everywhere, and there's a lot of it.
It's just calamity.
Is it really?
Yeah. We used to
Have you seen
breed horses.
You've seen a horse just ejaculate?
We didn't do it like they do it now. It's very technical and stuff.
Right.
And in a lab, you know. We just threw a horse that was in heat together with a stallion, and they would go at it. And a lot of times, the horse would miss. But horses are completely premature. The horse would hop up on the other one. The stallion would hop up on the mare. And if the horse's cock just, like, hit the thigh of the other horse, and it would just go spraying everywhere.
And there's a lot of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because this kid he had his special raincoat, and his whole job was to make sure he got that, you know, penis into her.
Right, he'd try to put it in.
And he would get covered with freaking horse.
They get all worked up, and unless it's in, you know, if it's not in, it's going to go everywhere.
What a job.
So they would go crazy.
You know, because, you know, in college, man, you're all hungover and tired, and this was his job, you know, after maybe 2 hours sleep, he would get his raincoat and go down to the horse farm to mate horses.
Yeah, that's right, old boy. So you're gonna get a piece of her, aren't you? Oh, calm down. Whoa, hey, oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm not gonna race him though. I'm just gonna jerk him off.
Very good.
Just gonna clean his sheath.
So, all right, Dreamweaver, the horses are ready for your little date, right?
Yeah.
All
right, getting all excited for my date. Cleaned the horse up. And now I was riding up into the hills that we used to ride up in all the time and take care of the cattle and everything. So I wanted to look the part. So I had my Western attire on, Opie, and I was the little cowboy.
Oh my God!
I had the hat, I had the boots, spurs, chaps, jeans, and a Western style shirt. That's how I used to dress.
Did you have a gay video crew following you?
You know, in any other circumstance, that is very gay. But I was actually doing the work. I was a working cowboy out there, out west. And I want to look the part. I had my rifle. I had saddlebags with our lunch in it and stuff. And I even had a bedroll. Just in case. Hey. Just in case old Dreamweaver decided to be a goer. I had everything I needed. And what I planned on doing, I had all these fantasies going on in my head. She was weaving dreams on me. Mm-hmm. I was going to go out there. I was going to shoot a rabbit and then skin it and cook it right there like I knew how to do, like I'd done plenty of times when we used to go out camping and stuff. And I was going to, like, cook her a rabbit.
You were going to live off the land with Dreamweaver.
Live off the land, just me and Dreamweaver up in the hills. And I was thinking this, and this was what I was going to do.
Skinny 13-year-old kid.
Oh, pull out my 6-gun. Yeah! Look at me. I just bagged us a rabbit, Dreamweaver.
And you're so hot.
Oh, yeah. I was completely like, I had been thinking about this all day.
How long had you been talking to her?
Probably about 2 weeks, I guess. About 2 weeks, just talking. So we kind of got to know each other and everything. And she was into horses, and I thought this was going to be a great first date. I was going to show what a man I was. I even got some home brew. This is this stuff that the Mexicans used to make at a stable that was real close to ours. They used to take these bourbon barrels that they would get from the distillery, fill it up with 3 gallons of water, and then roll it around every day for about a month. And when you poured it out, you got a gallon would come out of just the strongest fuck-you-up liquid I've ever had in my life.
Moonshine.
Besides some of that, maybe get Dreamweaver a little, get a little tipsy and stuff. Drink it out of those tin cups like the old West guys used to do. Want to snort? Keep it with the old West motif. Well, get the horses, go to where the river splits there in San Juan Capistrano, and I'm waiting for her. Got there early,
Oh, you got butterflies in your stomach,
I
right?
did. I'm still looking at everything, making sure everything's okay. Mm-hmm. And off in the distance, I see a figure walking down the riverbed, and that must have been Dreamweaver. Like, here she comes. But it's just a speck coming, and I can't quite figure it out yet. But
maybe the sun's in your eye a little bit, but
I'm looking.
You see the silhouette, right?
I'm looking. She came in out of the rising sun. Yeah, I was looking. As she's getting closer, I'm thinking, well, maybe the heat is... spreading things out. You know how the heat waves on the highway make the highway look a little wider?
A little higher,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It could get like that.
Was it cold? Maybe she had a Parker on.
Maybe she had something, even though it was a very hot day.
Right.
Oh, God. No. And as she got closer, I can't explain my disappointment.
I think I can explain it with this.
Dude, the disappointment is really coming back to me now. I'm kind of remembering how disappointing it was. I had this image of this beautiful girl that was going to come and ride with me, and I swear I was going to take the ride first through town and then up into the hills, just so people could see me with the girl I imagined I was going to be with. And then your date
was going to end with puppet sex?
It was just going to be crazy.
Having sex on the riverbed.
Having sex like the Marlboro Man. I was just going to be there with this hot girl in a bedroll with a campfire,
up against
with
a
my
tree
rabbit
and the
cooking
river,
over it,
sure.
and guns and whiskey and broads and horses and fucking a manly night with my hot broad Dreamweaver. The disappointment set in at 100 yards. I saw her big fat head and her big fat face and her greasy stringy hair.
Oh, God.
And her loose-fitting, bunt-ridden jeans.
Bunt-ridden jeans.
Yeah.
The bunt wore away the jeans like your knees were.
Oh, yeah. A little frayed at the bunt.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, because I had built it up to something so huge in my head The disappointment was such a letdown.
Did you fake it though, like a big smile, like, "Hey,
I don't
glad
even
to meet
think
you."
I don't even think I did. I don't even think I did. And perhaps she was just as disappointed, thinking I was this Marlboro man. I was, Mr. Macho, and there I am with my, little skinny arms and, trying to pull off the cowboy thing. But, she was fat. It was very disappointing.
So what'd you do?
I tried to say, "Hey, how you doing?" with a big smile and stuff, but it was just like, "Hey, what's up?" I think the person that was more pissed was the horse that she got a ride. Looked at me like, "Thanks, thanks a lot."
What was the Clydesdale busy?
Yeah. I said, "How you doing?" She hops on the horse. No ride through town.
Mm-hmm.
No proud ride through town as I show off this girl, I imagine, just hair blowing as people looked up and went, "Wow, what a beautiful girl on that horse." And turned directly around, went down the river, up into the hills. Took a ride for about, I'll be honest, 45 minutes. That was it. No bedroll, no fire, no hunting rabbit.
No sex.
I had a bag of moose to feed that bitch, believe me. With no rabbit. She'd ate the rabbit whole, fur and all.
One bite. Gone.
Yeah. And none of that fun stuff I imagine. 45 minutes, I just went like, we better get heading in. And I think she even asked why, and I said something, the horse, I think the one you're on was coming up lame or something, and, I had to get it back early. But I had a great time, thanks. Dropped her back off where the river splits, and took the horse back. Was disappointed. I remember my father was all happy and stuff, and he said, "Hey, how'd it go, It's like, "Oh, Dad, she was a fat broad." And she said something that Jimmy said the other day, sometimes you just got to go hogging.
That's what Dad said?
Yeah, he always had kind words of wisdom like that.
You truly had the greatest dad.
Yeah.
You really had the greatest dad.
And that was...
Never saw her again, did you?
Nope. I think I saw her once more. I never called... Like, I'd be on the CB,
Hey, it's the Wrangler looking for flying fingers. Wrangler looking for flying fingers. You out there flying fingers? Hey, Wrangler, it's Dreamweaver. Wrangler out.
You just blew it off totally?
Dreamweaver, Wrangler. You got your ears on? Yeah, unfortunately for you, I had my eyes on that day, and I saw what a fat pig you were. Yeah, hey, Dreamweaver, got your pork chops on?
Wow.
Yeah, so I saw her one night at a party at another stable, and she was singing round a campfire with a bunch of other people, and we kind of just traded a passing glance. But I think, she knew that I was disappointed. I couldn't even hide it because of what I built up. No one would have lived up to that. Who was that girl that was in Playboy years ago? Hef's first real celebrity chick, Barbie Benton. Remember Barbie Benton?
I know her name. Where was she from?
She was just, I don't know.
She was hot,
and she was in Playboy.
Brunette, centerfold.
Yeah, she was in Playboy. That was my image. It was Barbie Benton was going to show up. And if we'll find a picture, I'm sure we will, during commercials or something, pop one up or someone send a link.
Instead, Kirstie Alley showed up.
Yes. That was it. I expected Barbie Benton. I got Kirstie Alley.
Breaker to the Wrangler.
I know.
It's the Dreamweaver, and I got my ears on. Breaker. I look a lot like Barbie Benton on the radio.
Where's Dreamweaver, boy?
You're hunting rabbit. I want a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper, and make it snappy. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
And then there she came out. Yoo-hoo, Wrangler!
Thank you, nice lady. Nice ass.
I'm just still disappointed now that I think
I know. I
really hurt me back then.
Evil and loving it. The Opie and Anthony Show.
I almost broke my vagina.
Drink until she's pretty.
It's a freak show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
This is the worst of the Opie and Anthony Show, and I hope you're enjoying it. And I hope you're laughing because that's our goal. If we can just put a smile on the face of one retarded child.
Oh, our first negative call.
What?
Our
Whoa.
first negative call, and we were just starting to feel really good about ourselves.
Oh,
gee.
Hi, Kenny.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Kenny?
Hey, like, are you going to get some kind of agenda here or make this kind of funny?
An agenda?
Yeah, you know, kind of get some kind of skit going or...
Oh, we don't do
skit
skits.
going?
Kenny, we don't do that.
Like, what
We
kind of
hate
skit?
skits.
What kind of skit are you looking for, sir?
Well, you know, something that's funny.
Where are you calling from?
California.
San Jose. No, what show do you listen to where you like the skits?
Oh, well, no, I'm a big fan of XM.
Okay.
Big fan. I love Station 150. I love the comedy.
So what's a show you listen to that has skits? So we'll try to go get that type of a skit for the show to keep you happy.
Well, how about something that actually works out, not some chick with a wiffle ball bat that's on her period?
Oh, well,
what's funnier than that?
Well, that was a big disappointment. You're right.
Yes, we're very disappointed.
I agree with
and
Kenny
I'm
on
sure
that.
our listeners are too.
But know what's great about this show? Another girl will step up sometime this week, and she'll take Jackie's place, and we'll get the wiffle ball bat thing done.
You're preaching to the choir. What kind of a skit do you want to hear? Now, don't say something funny. Just give us something specific that we can work on. We're listening to the new listeners.
Let's do something funny, something not... It doesn't have to be comical.
I want to...
It doesn't have to be comical?
I want to do a whole...
We need some comedy here.
Like, what? Tell me what you... Kenny boy, what do you need?
I want to do the Babais.
I don't know. Aren't you guys...
Why don't we all just... What?
Aren't you supposed to be funny?
No, but Kenny, what I'm saying is this. You sound like a rube who enjoys like that mom and pop type of phony horseshit, dog shit radio they have in California. So I'm saying, and I'm sure that that's the kind of humor you like, the easy, down the middle stuff, you know, a little wacky character, ding dong, funny male guy. We're asking you what you like.
Excuse me there, asshole.
Oh, they don't say that in skits.
Wow.
What is this?
Wow.
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to...
Well, hold on. What's that?
Yes.
If you're criticizing the radio I listen to, it's your fucking employer.
Ooh, dirty language for such a skit-loving little boy. What I'm saying is, person who I hope dies of cancer the day before a relative gets married, what type of a skit would you like to hear? And you're not being specific. You're being passive-aggressive like every other faggot from that state that you live in. So will you please be specific?
Out of your mouth and talk right.
Be specific.
Out of your mouth.
Oh, he got you there.
Oh, I got a cock in my mouth. Well, it's your father. Since your mother won't suck it, I decided to lean over and toot on it a little bit.
What's up with the lisp, huh?
What's that?
You're in San Francisco sucking cock, you fag.
Ooh, there we go. That's the type of skit you like, isn't it? Dirty two men talking about sucking cocks. Now we got what you like. Two men going back and forth. So tell us what you want, Kenny.
You know what? There's good radio right there, man. There's good radio.
Yes.
Let's argue.
Because you're involved.
What do you want? You want these faggoty sketches. We don't do sketches, stupid.
Except for our Babais skit.
We don't do skits.
No?
Why do we just have these truck drivers calling in, you know, which I agree, they're fine, they're great callers, but we all ain't all from the South.
Oh, I know. You want a sketch with a funny Southern voice. That's probably the type of comedy you like. The type of thing where the funny voice is happening, or maybe the gay character comes in, "Hi, boys," and you're like, "Oh, that's good. The guy sounds gay."
I'm having a real hard time understanding you.
No, you're not,
you
stupid.
Bad speech impairment, don't you?
What's an impairment, you fucking idiot? I speak perfectly clearly. And you understand everything I'm saying.
You sound like fucking a cross between Sylvester the Cat and Elmer Fudd.
Wow, that was really an obscure reference. I see. You like cartoon references.
Listen, you got a horn just like...
Wait, hold on. Let Kenny finish his obscure reference. What was that?
God.
Thinks quick on his feet?
You got to get a little bit more original than that, right?
Oh, you don't understand the irony of it, you West Coast idiot? There's nothing coming out of that fucking state but soft, weak garbage. And that's what you like. Commercial garbage. I've asked you for a show that you listen to. Let me finish, fucker. I've asked you for something that you like, and you haven't been able to provide it. Name me one show you listen to. Name me one show.
That's what I'm listening to. I've been an XM subscriber for over a year.
I don't give a shit. Cancel the service, faggot. Tell me something you listen to. You're not going to blackmail me. I'm an XM subscriber. I don't get a piece of the action, motherfucker. What do I care? Oh, shit. Don't lose a customer. I don't care if you throw your XM down the toilet, buy a Sirius, and then fuck your mother. I'm an XM subscriber, mister.
He's threatening you.
I pay my $9.95 a month.
$1.99.
I
pay my taxes. You're a civil servant. I pay your salary.
Oh, my God. You're trying to blackmail me with that horse shit? Are you out of your mind, stupid?
Why don't you listen for a second?
Until you answer. If you answer my question, I will listen.
Yes, I am gay. I want to tell you something.
All right.
The smartest thing to come out of his mouth was his boyfriend's cock.
Wow. You paused us for that?
Now he got you. He got you.
Did you actually just make us stop talking for that horseshit cornball? Your head should pop out of a laughing box when you say that.
Nobody could fucking understand you.
Oh, you understand me pretty well.
Retard, dude.
Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to hear. You're not answering the question.
How about something funny?
What show do you think is funny?
You got something funny.
What show?
Wait a minute.
No, I'm not going to wait a minute, you cocksucker. What's to tell me to wait a minute? You faggoty West Coast caller.
How much you fucking get paid to do?
Yes, I get paid a lot to do this. That's the beauty of it.
I don't know, and you're fucking ripping them off all the way to the bank.
Oh, I'm laughing all the way to the bank, am I? You cliche-slinging bucket of jism. I hope you're killed in a drunk driving accident on New Year's Eve. We want to hear some sketches with southern voices. Get behind the wheel after drinking a few and plow into a pregnant lady. How's that for a sketch? West Coast jerk-off? I want to hear a sketch. I'm an XM subscriber. Who gives a shit? Hey, if you cancel the service, ship me your fucking roadie too, because I can't get one from the company. Do you believe? I don't even mind him hating the show. That's fine. But the balls on this idiot to think that I get a piece of the action and that I'm somehow concerned he may cancel. Uh-oh, walk on eggshells with this fella. He's a subscriber for over a year. That means you pumped in about $130 plus a unit. You get no say. None. Your opinion is worthless on this network.
And he will pay his $1.99 for November, I guarantee
Good.
it.
I don't care if he doesn't.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Believe me, he's not going anywhere. He's going to tell all his friends how he was the star of the show today.
I paused it. Well, here's the part where I pause it. Funniest thing to ever come out of your mouth was your boyfriend's cock. Wah, 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 wah. I hope you're on a casino bus that flips over.
That usually happens in Jersey, by the way.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, my casino bus flipped over in Jersey.
Had he named one show, this is my problem. If he would have named a show, like he thinks this show sucks, all right, fine. But just name a show that you like. And he kept going, I listen to XM. Oh, like I'm going to go, don't talk about XM because he listens to it. Tell me a show you like.
That was a guy that just really had a complete lack of understanding of what this show and everyone involved in this show is all about.
Look where he lives, man. The West Coast, that's what they go for. They want soft little sketches, mom and pop.
You're obsessed with the West Coast. I don't think it's a West Coast thing.
I know you don't, but everything that's ever stopped in my career has been because the West Coast people didn't like it. Everything that the East Coast likes, we just got to run it by the West Coast. Well, that fucking idea.
I guess we should tell everyone, if you're looking for structure from the Opie and Anthony show, you're never going to get it.
No, that's what he wants.
Structure.
We make up this crap on the fly every single day.
That's what annoyed me about. Not this guy thinking your humor sucks. That's fine. But when it's, I know what I want. I like A, B, and C. I like sitcom type of humor. That's what makes me sick.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
Speaking of 9/11, holy ass, what's going on with these commemorative coins?
Remember 9/11?
That was hilarious.
Right when I saw the commercials, I don't think there's an American alive that was watching TV, sees the commercial for these commemorative coins. Remember 9/11? I don't think there's an American alive that watched that and went, oh, yeah, that's a great product.
Right.
Boy, thank God someone's exploiting this and putting out a piece of shit coin that's a silver-plated. If you took the silver content off of that, you couldn't fill a mouse tooth with it. And they're making it sound like it's real silver. And emblazoned on the front are the towers that we lost on September 11th. On the backside is the new Freedom Tower rising like a phoenix in its place. And the money coming out of your pocket and going into our accounts as we exploit this.
That company, I actually called them when I saw that commercial. I've never done that before, and left a vile, awful message on the machine.
I'm sure they're just laughing at it.
Well, who?
Like they care. Ooh, we better stop selling this.
Yeah, they think...
So this man sounds a little aggravated with us.
Who approved this, and who's getting the money?
Whatever the company's name was, they list it.
It's a company, I believe, in Wyoming, and they got these coins printed on some South Pacific island.
But I saw one commercial that they're claiming some of this metal came from the actual site.
Right. They're saying that the silver was in a vault that was in the tower, and they dug it out, got the silver, melted it down, and made these coins.
It's probably technically true, like when Kiss did the comic book in '77, their blood went into the ink. They probably, like, you take a little bit, you melt it in.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, they poured vials of their blood into the ink.
That's
but
true.
Technically, it was in there.
Kiss is so cool.
This is also the same company, by the way, that came out with the Andrea Yates commemorative bathtub rubber duckies.
Jesus. Dude, the New York Times reporter's right next to you. I'm sorry. We're trying to look clever here. This is our clever break.
That was a great reference. No one talks about Andrea Yates.
Trust me, it was brilliant. Yeah, Spitzer's on the case, and this guy's usually an ass, but...
Elliot Spitzer, he's looking out for you.
He really is this time around.
Shame, shame, shame on you.
It is a shameless attempt to profit from a national tragedy, obviously. So.
Yeah, so they have these things printed up on some South Pacific island, and the commercial is so misleading. But if you have half a brain, you can kind of figure it out for yourself. They were saying legal tender. And it says, "In God we trust," and $1 on it. But it's not a legal dollar. So saying legal tender isn't legal. It's printed on some South Pacific island, so it says sanctioned by the government. They don't say the government. So they don't say what government, making it sound like it's sanctioned by the United States, which it's not. They say 100 mil of pure silver. It's like
it's
1/100th of a millimeter of silver plated over brass or bronze, not even brass. So you're getting nothing for $39. A $1 coin for $39.
I'm sure most of the people watching the commercials are assuming this is going for a good cause.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going for their cause.
It's just going
money in their pockets.
It's going to this company.
A good cause? They don't. Right?
I think no, it's not even advertised that it's going for a good cause. But I think the feel of the commercial, it almost
makes
feels
you think,
like they're going to be giving this away.
I get to do my part. I'm doing a good thing.
It is. They say something like, do your part as an American and buy these, you know.
It just feels dirty, though. How dumb are people?
Pretty dumb.
To not know that they're not going to make a coin with towers and a Freedom Tower. It's just, how stupid
people
is the
are stupid.
Dude, I got in a huge fight down at Ground Zero. I actually tipped over one of those card tables because...
wow, the destruction you wrought down there.
Oh, I heard you kick the chair once, too.
Table, have they clean that up down there? I tipped over a table.
Jesus. And the police got involved and stuff, but they saw what I was doing, and they let me be. I got so pissed off. I skated down to Ground Zero, and I'm checking out the scene, right? And they were still... I don't know if they're still doing it. I haven't been down there in a while, but they were still selling the pictures of the towers on fire.
Oh, there was some ragheads and stuff selling these. I mean, what a suicidal piece of shit. These guys were selling pictures of the towers on fire.
Completely on fire.
Big 8x10 photos here in the city on fire. You know, oh, would you like to buy... What? How are you alive? And you look at this guy like, how is he still alive?
And I had a moment. I got in a fight with the guy, and he didn't even speak English, but he's kind of getting in my face, like, you know.
Go figure that in New York City.
It's like he's pretty much like, tough shit. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
That's the feeling I got by how he was like reacted to it. And there was those cheap little card tables. He had all his displays. I just went for it. Knocked the whole thing.
Tipped it over?
Wow. Not just tipped it over. I just completely destroyed the display.
I'm just picturing you all pissed off. Get into a fight, slam the table, and then you skate away on your little
slow motion like a video, tipping the table
really,
over.
Like Jake LaMotta on skates.
I didn't skate away.
How do you leave angrily on skates? You're right. How do you leave? Yeah.
I showed him, right?
I showed him. It's like hopping on a pogo stick and pogoing away. Yeah, asshole.
Who did this to you? That guy pirouetting over there.
Don't make me come back here. Boing, 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 boing. Cling, cling with the bell. Cling, 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 cling. Yeah, I'm coming back for you. Out of my way. Wow.
I figured I'd share. But,
Tough guy.
I did my part. Oh, God.
Showed him as he rollerblades away.
You're lucky I'm wearing woman's footwear.
Puts both arms behind his back, leans forward, and skates away. Whoosh, whoosh. Speed skating fashion.
I showed him.
Oh, boy.
Boy, did I show him. We got more info on the coins. Tad from San Francisco. Hey, Tad.
Hey, I actually did some research on the internet when I first saw these commercials. As you can tell, I stay up pretty late listening to the show and stuff like that. So I'm always watching TV, and they started these commercials right about the anniversary of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like the 12th or something. I saw that and I just flipped out. But I did some research on it. They're minted by the North Marianas Islands, which is actually part of the United States. It's a commonwealth that we're in charge of.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just like, Nebraska.
Yeah. I'm sure they're one of the countries that sent help in Iraq. There's 4 of them.
The Coalition of the Willing?
Yeah.
The U.S. Mint put out a thing that said
Easter Island sent like 5 heads to Iraq as a Coalition of the Willing. 5 of those big Easter Island heads, so they're part of the coalition, which is nice. Yes, sorry, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Canary Islands sent 3 canaries. They just talk all day.
Go ahead. Come on, Tad.
Yes, sir.
Go.
Sorry, I keep interrupting Tad, but I would like to throw some entertainment on this program. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Tad, make your point.
Well, the thing is that they're now saying they actually stole this. They keep saying it's recovered silver.
Yeah.
But it was stolen from some bank vault. I guess they sent people in there in the middle of the night or something to sneak in and steal this silver that actually belongs to some bank here in not here, but there in New York.
This numismatic
You know what?
humor.
I don't even think the silver came from Ground Zero. How do they prove that? You know?
I know. How do you prove that one?
You don't. It's just like when we all got a piece of the Berlin Wall when that came down. How do we know that? I have a piece at home. How do I know that my little piece was actually from
I got a piece
of
the Berlin Wall. It's a piece of chipped cement off the divider on the FDR. That's what it is. Hey, look at that. Freedom. Great.
But it gives you that little paper to prove that it came from the Berlin Wall.
And it's got to be true.
Authenticity.
Authenticity. Thank you, Jim.
Certificate of authenticity. That's what they give, too, is a certificate of authenticity. For what? That it's a coin?
Yeah.
That it's round? That it weighs something and you can roll it?
That the metal came from Ground Zero or close to Ground Zero?
No, they're not fessing up.
Well, if it was stolen, I'm sure Fat Liz Taylor has a few copies. God almighty, this greedy bitch.
She owns a painting that supposedly is an old Nazi booty stolen from where? From the Jews? Were they stealing from anyone else? From the French? The French just gave it to them.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be somebody saying, hey, that's my painting. It's my family's painting. It was stolen. And Liz Taylor just ain't fessing up.
No.
She wants it.
She just rolls it up and puts it under that awful wig and walks around.
You are a disgusting fat body, Liz Taylor.
All right.
Give me my painting.
They're practicing being cruel and unusual. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Here's Opie and Anthony when they don't suck.
Good for what ails you. What?
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, I felt bad for Earl because Earl's like, I have this idea for the Black Rock Coalition, and I got a demo tape and a resume in my bag. Eric Logan openly laughs and mocks Earl, thinking he's joking. And this has been Earl's baby for what, Anthony? We've known Earl 6 years?
Oh,
It's been his baby for 6 years. He wants to have a radio show on XM Satellite Radio called the Black Rock Coalition, and basically it's black artists that do rock. That's basically what he wants to do. And then after you think about it, and you get past the band Living Colour, you're like, what else are you going to play on this show, you idiot? That's why the idea doesn't work. And I know there's a few other black bands out there. You don't have to. Well, there's Fishbone and there's this band. I know.
Yeah.
You were running a Hootie and the Blowfish.
You were running tape of Earl at the party? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you want to hear
some
of
that?
Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh, Jesus, Earl. Oh, my God.
I think you got the other clip when Eric Logan kind of turned him down and said, "That's we don't want the Black Rock Coalition on XM Satellite Radio." I think this is what Earl said.
Oh, that uppity nigger went and hit me on the head with a shovel.
Oh, no. Did Earl hit Eric on the head with a shovel?
Well, that would be audio of Eric after Eric turned him down. I was thinking of the audio of Eric.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got it now?
Oh, Lordy Lord, he's desperate. Do what he says.
No, that's not it. No. This would be the audio of Earl after Eric Logan turned him down and said, you got it now?
I know what that one is if
you
I
can find it?
find it.
Okay, all right. You got it?
Oh, maybe.
Okay, so Black Girl's at the party, and he's pitching his Black Rock Coalition to the boss, Eric Logan.
Yeah.
And he even told Eric, and this is the true part of this, he goes, I have a resume and a demo in my bag. And Eric Logan starts laughing openly, thinking this is a joke, like Earl's being funny. So, and then Earl looked at Eric Logan and said this.
You don't want to hire niggas, that's all.
Oh, no. Right there at Opie's big soiree.
Oh, we got Earl on the line?
Oh, God. What is Earl doing awake? What is Earl doing up?
Can we wake him up?
Yeah, of course.
It's not like he's going to work, lazy bastard.
Earl.
And he's shiftless to boot.
What's going on, Earl?
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, guys.
You sound exactly like you do at noon.
Yeah, who are you trying to kid?
Did you have fun at the house yesterday?
Yeah, I had a wonderful time, except for the fact that the Jets lost, but...
Yeah. Did you have enough to eat at my house?
I didn't even think I ate anything.
Nah, no hominy grits out there for you? Or fried chicken or watermelon? Nothing like that?
You're
no?
awful.
Why didn't you eat any food?
No, I had to leave at halftime.
Oh. What did you have to do?
Well, I was actually working yesterday.
Stop it. Over at NEW?
Yeah.
What did you have to do yesterday over there? Give me a little rundown of your workday on a Sunday.
Besides, bring back the one resume that you brought with you that you were hoping to hand off.
On a Sunday? What did you have to do?
Well, I had to produce the Joe Causey show.
A what?
Joe Causey.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, what is the Joe Causey show, Earl?
Joe Causey. He's on the air.
Oh. So how do you produce a show?
Yeah, you run the board.
Oh, he was board hopping.
Oh, so you were pushing buttons for Joe Causey.
Right.
But you want the title of producer.
Whatever.
Oh.
It's like 3 a.m. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, guys. I got no fight in me.
So you push the button to turn his mic on and go, Joe, you're on. You're on the air.
Yeah.
And then Joe talks, and then you go boink and hit the next record?
Among other things.
And they gave you this out of what, charity? Figure you could use a couple extra bucks?
No, just did it as a favor.
All right, so now you're admitting you're not really producing the Joe
I
Cosby
bet
show.
Earl went there to do this for a day and didn't even get paid for it. I bet no one even knows he was doing this.
Oh, I certainly got
Somebody
paid
probably
for it.
wanted the day off, and Earl goes, I'll come in. I'll do it. Because he loves just going into work, because he doesn't have... Earl, I got to be blunt with you. They let you go. They pretty much fired you. But you still show up for work every day.
No, I asked if I wanted to do it, and I said, sure, why not?
Did you get paid for it?
Of course I did. Are you insane?
All right.
What kind of show does Joe Causey do?
It's sort of like, classic dance show.
Classic dance?
Classic dance? What's that?
Classic
Isn't that a
dance,
waltz?
Classic R&B, stuff like that.
What'd you do? Cue up the polkas, did you?
No.
That sounds awful.
Doesn't that just sound horrible?
Oh.
Classic dance?
You know what you should do for the Joe Causey show is go to the listeners and hand out earplugs. This show stinks.
Wow, you're producing the classic dance show.
Well, you shouldn't say that. Joe likes you guys a lot.
Your career's on a rocket ship, man.
I don't know who Joe is. I don't know this Joe. I don't know what he does. Tell him you don't want to see him anymore. He'll understand, believe me.
Yes, Steve.
No, Joe Causey is this really old school, like 20 years old school KTU jock. They call him the Supreme Cuisine.
Yeah. Yes, Martini Steve?
And he was one of the what is it, the transfers from KTU that Frankie brought over when he took over at NEW.
All right, but what does Earl do as the producer of the Joe Causey
He's
show?
board hopping.
He's board hopping.
So he's not really producing.
No.
Much like we're used to Earl not producing anything.
Earl's taking whatever shifts they give him.
Poor Earl had to wake up for this.
That does stink, though. If they don't give him any shifts, because then he would be, as you said, shiftless.
Shiftless. Are you shiftless, Earl? Earl? Did he hang up? Oh, he got mad and hung up.
No, he's right there.
He's not even out.
Earl, at least
Did he fall asleep?
Earl.
Yeah.
All right. What was going on?
It's all sleep and eat.
No, I just wanted to get a glass of water. My throat was really dry.
That sounds like everybody at Opie's party yesterday.
All right.
Did it bother you that there was no food at that awful bash Oak threw yesterday? Just 5 of us like just sterile idiots sitting there with no food.
Dude, look at me. I'm not Martha Stewart. I was like, come on over and hang. That's
No,
all.
I understand that. You're not Martha Stewart.
Martha's getting better service in jail.
Absolutely.
Look, it wasn't like...
We're going to have better snacks with Rod Stewart. Here, drink 7 ounces of this.
It's not like I live in the middle of the desert and there's nothing around.
Exactly.
It was
you
like,
should have had your party stocked.
I'm not that guy. It's
I
like,
can't
come
wait
over
to see
and
the
hang, and
Photoshops.
we'll make it up on...
I can't wait to see the Photoshops of Opie's party.
Oh, he was trying to show us his food. We got 1 soda, we got 1 beer, and no legs of lamb.
You like 1 tap order, Doc?
Oh.
So when I invite people over, I have to actually, get stuff?
Usually you do that. Usually you go out and you buy some stuff.
I have a
invite people
few
over.
things.
I usually, you get the people there, like, all right, you want to do a beer run, you want to get food, that's all.
What are you going to hand out to trick-or-treaters, lint?
Oh, no, I'm the guy that hides.
Oh, you hide?
Oh, yeah. On Halloween, I turn off all my lights.
This is my first year in a real residential, white neighborhood. Instead of living in a Brooklyn apartment like I was, where you just lock the door and hope for the best. Hope your vehicle is still there and not in flames when you go outside. And, first time. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to get the candy so they don't, mess the house up or anything. Very suburbia. I'm going to have to do that for the first time ever in my whole life.
Oh, that sucks.
Believe that?
I turn off all the lights and
Oh,
hide.
look! It's a little ghost! How are you?
You're supposed to be a little pumpkin head. What? Your son has Down syndrome, does he?
Jesus. All right, let's say goodbye to Earl. Let's move on
He was
here.
a little jack-o'-lantern head.
Earl.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for, I don't know.
Where'd you buy that gag tongue for him? That's huge. Hope that's not a choking hazard. It glistens like it's real when it hangs out of his mouth.
Oh, little medals around the neck.
Nope, I had a good time. I didn't have any problems with anything.
Where'd you buy the Pete Rose wig?
All right, Earl, we're going to let you go.
All right, brother.
All right, there goes Black Earl.
XM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
I've said it before, I've worked for 3 homes of rock and roll in my fine radio career. The Rochester home of rock and roll.
Hovel
Buffalo's
of rock and
home
roll.
of rock and roll. And Long Island's home of rock and roll.
And New York's.
No,
NEW?
NEW was just...
It was the Rock of New York.
Well, when we got there, where rock lives. Oh, really? It's not living on all the other rock stations across America. What the fuck does that mean, where rock lives?
Where rock is on life support.
What about when we were... That's what it should sound like. That's what it should have been. Yeah, all the jocks were over 60 when we got to town.
Yeah.
And then AF in Boston.
Yeah.
The only station that really rocks.
That really rocks. Oh, really? The other ones just rock.
So when
This
the
one
other
really
stations are playing Metallica, they're not really rocking? What
No.
the freak does that mean? No. The only station that really rocks.
The Rock.
Anyway, the reason I cranked the monitor, I was just starting out in radio. I was doing radio in Buffalo. I was the overnight scumbag. And but during the weekends, I had a real... time slot. Like I would do afternoon drive, let's say 2p to 6p, which was pretty cool. Because then now, people are listening to you. Well, I almost got fired. If Dillette has this song, I'll be amazed. You ever hear the song by the Rolling Stones, Star F? What?
Yeah, Star.
Star. Okay, Star. All right. We did this promotion, and you guys, I guarantee, will laugh at me. This isn't even a setup.
Yeah.
They came up with, when I was working in Buffalo radio at this station, they came up with this bright idea. The Rolling Stones were, I don't know, either coming to town. All right, don't play it yet. No, trust me, don't play it
Look
yet.
at his face.
Don't play.
He
Don't play it
played
yet.
the song.
He's like, he dropped all the carts in there too, Anthony.
He played the song.
He played the song. We're gonna make him read out of Rent Boy now for doing that.
Absolutely, that is Eric's punishment.
Maybe that's what we should do.
That is Eric's punishment.
Is that the way to do it?
Can I
Not yet.
I want to section off what he has to read.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Eric, we got a punishment for you for jumping the gun. You overachiever.
Yeah, overeager little beaver.
All right, so the radio station came up with this bright idea. You know how they're always going with these theme weekends. We talked about the Block Party weekend, the Foreplay weekend, Aerosmith A to Z.
Gotta make a theme so it's more fun for the listener.
The Firecracker 500.
Oh,
what will be number one this year? Is it going to be Stairway to Heaven, or will it be Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who?
Oh.
So they come up with this idea, I think because the Stones had another album coming out or something, basically called Pick Your Stones Weekend.
Pick Your Stones Weekend.
Pick Your Stones Weekend. They had all the laser.
You're listening to Pick Your Stones Weekend on the home of rock and roll.
Pick Your Stones Weekend.
It's like, or Pick Your Stones Weekend.
Pick Your Stones Weekend all weekend long.
Oh, yeah, that's when production, then you couldn't be cool doing production. It had to be like you didn't really care.
The dry delivery.
Right.
Pick Your Stones Weekend all this week.
K-Rock.
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 God, radio stinks.
On the only station that really rocks. WAAF.
Hey, we like
that
Chuck.
was every piece of production
Chuck.
for AAF.
But back then, it was still the laser.
Oh, yeah.
This is the biggest thing ever to hit radio.
Star Wars sound
Pick Your
effects.
Stones Weekend.
So basically, the concept was you call in and you pick a Stone song, and me as the stupid DJ, I push the button and you get to hear your Stone song as you're driving around miserable Buffalo.
How about that?
Quite easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have a huge convention center in Buffalo, and the home of rock and roll was there, and they had the speakers on the van. It was like a car show or something. Thousands of people there, not exaggerating. It was just the thing to do in Buffalo. There's not many things to do, so everyone went to the convention center, and actually it was called the Fox, I guess. The Fox was cranking out the radio station, and I was on the air. So this girl calls up and totally fucked me, man, and I almost got fired. I had to beg for my job. Literally, I think I even had, I hate to admit it, a little tear in my eye. Like, look, I have no place else to go. I have no place else to go. I did have to beg for my job.
Aww.
So this girl goes,
little Opie Schroeder. Oh, champ.
So I go to the phones and, hi, the Fox. Is this Pick Your Stones Weekend? Yes, it is. What do you want to hear? Can I hear Star Star by the Stones? Of course. What's your favorite radio station? The Fox. That's right. And I start the song. So back in those days, right, I would turn down the monitor and go, so anyway, and I would have phone sex and talk to hot chicks and bitches on the phone. So I have no idea what's playing at the convention center in front of a couple thousand people, right?
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden the hotline is, and I'm like really flirting with this Buffalo Betty. Big time, and I have no idea what's going on with this song.
Uh-huh.
We got to crank it up right about here, I think. Just picture this. Picture this commercial radio being played to thousands of people.
All right.
I think it takes another, 30 seconds, right?
Verse.
Basically...
Would have been an FCC violation?
Oh, my God, yeah. It's coming up any second. Still a cool song, but...
Listen, it's okay.
This is the problem with doing radio on the fly. We can prepare this bit, but just remember, no monitor. I have no idea. I'm just watching the song count down. Oh boy, dude, this is the rest of the song.
Oh
this
my
is pretty
goodness.
much the rest of the song. They say. Someone could, maybe we get an intern to find out how many times they say fuck, the whole thing played. And now I'm like, so what do you look like? Really? Well, I get off at, 6 p.m. You want to, meet on the corner? I'll do the drive-by to see if you're not a fat pig. And, oh, yeah, I would make believe it. I would tell them I'm driving a pickup truck and I had a Honda. No, I'll drive by in my pickup truck and, if they were hot, you stop. If not, you're in a different car, you just keep going.
Yeah.
So,
what a creep.
So this is playing at the convention center. It just says fuck throughout the whole song. I'm the plebe of the station. There's no here, turn that up again.
That girl totally fucked you over.
So the hotline is ringing, and it's counting down. The song's over. And then Mike Benson, really good guy, he's still up in the area doing radio. He's like, dude, do you know what you just played?
Oh, no.
And then he told me, and I swear to God, I went white. I
Of
went
course.
white, and I saw my career, which was just beginning.
Just budding.
Just budding, like little 13-year-old African girls' boobies.
Yeah.
And
our kids.
And I'm like, and then the next call, then the hotline's ringing. It was him first, and I swear to God, I went white. I'm like, there's no reason why they would keep me. I have I have nothing. I'm just starting out. And then, sure enough, the next call was the hotline. I want to see you in my office Monday morning at 9 a.m.
Don't you do it!
This is really me begging.
I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go! I got nothing else. What is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Yes.
But you know what? I think the only reason they kept me, I was working like 70 hours a week and making like 12 grand. So
it's cost effective.
I think that's the only reason they didn't fire me, because they were getting a lot out of me, you know. But can you imagine this playing
How
to
many
a convention?
times did they say
That's what I'm
fuck in
saying.
this?
We'll have it in about 10 seconds. Hang on. It's unbelievable. It's the whole song.
It's the whole song, Anthony.
Probably the
It
most
wasn't just
fucks in any song.
It's not like the Who, you know, who the fuck are you? It goes by real fast and that's it.
Yeah, well, who the fuck
Just
are you?
imagine this playing at a convention center for thousands of people. And Mike Benson, he's like, I couldn't get the speaker. Not only did he, well, I guess they couldn't turn the volume off in the van because it was loud, whatever. So he's grabbing this huge speakers off the van and jumping on top of the woofer to try to muffle the sound while they try to find where the volume was.
Yeah, because people probably knew what it was before the song even started. When she requested it,
right,
and you went, yeah, people probably already started panicking,
I
know what that song is.
I was playing DJ, like, I made believe I knew the song. That's why they wanted to fire us. So they're like, you sound like, I'm like, I never heard the song in my life. I just thought it was a Stone, you know, we're playing any Stone song.
Ooh,
and I just turned down the monitor, just turned it down, and I'm back on the phone flirting with this girl, and this is what's going on all over the
She tried
airwaves.
to screw you. She knew what the song was.
All right, how many fucks are in that song?
This lyric page here is saying 35 times.
No, it's way more.
Gotta
than
be
that.
more than that.
Gotta be more than
they
that.
probably just
All
do
right,
it
listen.
once for the chorus, and they count it as one.
Yeah, listen, get an intern in the other room to just, it's
Okay.
quick. I guarantee it's more than 35.
It's gotta be.
I don't know, that's a lot. 35 is a lot.
Dude, that's the whole song, just over and over again. Fuck your star, fuck your star.
But why did they fire? Did they realize that Spuds Buckley was irreplaceable?
When you're making $12,000 a year, yes, you're irreplaceable.
12 large, nice.
I was doing midnight to 6, and then I would sit in on the Bear Man show all the way to 10 a.m., Anthony.
The what?
The Bear Man. He's a good guy.
The Bear Man?
He was the guy I told you. I used to tape my sexcapades.
Yeah, but the Bear Man?
And then play it back for him, yeah.
What was the name?
His name was the Bear Man.
Ugh.
Why?
He's like the king of Allentown radio to this day.
Bear like, arr,
Yeah,
or bear
huge.
like you're ready to jump in a crock pit.
Huge guy.
In New
Huge.
York.
Huge. Six maybe, 300.
Oh, okay. That's
huge,
what I was asking
huge
why
guy.
the Bear Man, and he's big like a bear.
And I don't know what he's doing now, but back then he did some great radio.
He's the king of what?
Well, he's from like Allentown area, so.
The king of Allentown radio?
Yeah.
Oof.
They brought him into Buffalo, and then he moved back home. He does fine for himself.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but just that title is awful.
Well, that's the title I just gave him. I don't know what they call him. Bad smell, bad language, and now bad jokes.
This is the freakiest show I've ever been party to.
Because we're perverts.
Really?
Stupid.
So you know it's good.
That's why we love doing this radio show.
Right.
Okay, terrific.
Time to put your mouth where our balls are.
Buckle up, kids. It's cool. Let's just put it this way.
Sexual harassment mostly.
Just shut up. I was so offended.
Don't listen, you twat.
Hit her over the head with a shovel.
If you did that, I would make love to you right now.
Come on.
People that get their news from O&A are the same people who watched Sesame Street till they were 12.
Yes, precisely. Guys talk about nasty stuff like this all the time.
Sit down and put on your laughing hats, because here comes a home run.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Say, Jim, nice meal.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Is this some sexual reference?
Let's see how our stoners are doing, Anthony. We're going to do Stoner Spelling Bee today for the first time on the new show. It's PJ in D.C. How are you, PJ?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah? How much pot have you smoked so far?
I don't know, maybe like 12 gravity bong hits.
12 gravity bong hits.
What's the name of your bong?
I think we've been calling it Chandra.
Chandra.
Chandra?
Why Chandra?
Chandra Levy.
Chandra Levy.
You call your bong Chandra Levy?
It's a Chandra, but it's named after Chandra Levy.
Why would you name it after Chandra Levy?
It's local, you know.
It is local. He's in D.C., so...
Did you find it in the park under some leaves?
Yeah, it was buried and we dug it up.
Maybe a nice...
With a Walkman attached?
pair of bloody jogging pants next to it?
Wasn't it pretty much a skeleton at that point?
Yeah, and just one jogging shoe? Jesus.
Just looked like something Indiana Jones finds in a cave with a Walkman on.
Right. All right, PJ, hold on, okay?
All right.
We're going to get this going right now, but all right, hold on.
Private Bong's name is Chandra Levy, sir.
All right, let's see. Brian's from what, Jersey, we said? Brian, where are you from?
Yeah, what's up?
Where are you from?
From Jersey.
Yeah,
We're smoking pot in Jersey.
Whoa. Okay, it's a Jersey showdown today. We got 3 guys from Jersey, and we got PJ from D.C. Smoking a lot of pot there, Brian?
Definitely. I've been up since 6:30.
We're loading the bong up, Wendy.
All right, you seem much more with it than PJ.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm hearing laughing in the background.
Yeah.
Are you in a
I'm
car?
at work.
Oh, you're at work. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I climb trees.
You climb trees?
Oh, boy. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
And you're smoking pot?
Definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty screwed today.
How high up do you have to climb today?
Pretty high.
And why do you climb trees? To chop them down?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty fun.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. It's more gooder than
Pretty
most jobs
funly.
out there.
Hey, dude, you ever stumble on a hornet's nest when you're doing that?
Yeah, we did like 2 weeks ago. We cut down a tree that had a whole bunch of bees on it.
What happened?
We ran.
Are you getting ready to cut down a tree today?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this guy's going to be good. I was going to bail on you, but I like you now. All right, hold on,
Yeah.
Brian. All right.
He's climbing trees. He could break his neck.
Let's say hi to Steve in Jersey. Steve?
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm all right. What's up?
Smoking a lot of dope?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Do you have a bong?
No, dude, I don't have a bong.
Smoking the joints?
No, I'm doing a bowl, actually. I ran out of papers.
A bowl?
All right. Packing the bowl nice?
Yeah, I got
Did you buy it?
6 in, man.
Did you buy the bowl or did you make it in wood shop?
I whittled it out of wood, man, back in the day.
I made it in wood shop. I made a bowl in wood shop once, Opie, and you can't do that because the teachers get mad. So he asked me what I was making. I said I was making a sculpture of a duck, and this is the duck's head because it was a big round ball of wood, and then it had a little thing like a bill at the end of it.
With a little hole in it.
Yeah, and I drilled it out.
I love it, man.
So we called it the duck head.
Did you name it Donald, man?
Yo, pass the duck head. Yeah, I should have called it Donald or Daffy, but just called it the duck
Did you
head.
go through the stage where you had to smoke your pot through fruit?
I did that, dude.
No, it's like an emergency thing. You
it was
find
like
stuff to smoke it through.
In college, college it became all the rage. Let's smoke pot through an apple. I think we did the carrot. I'm trying to remember.
That was out of necessity, like Ant just said. I never wanted to do that. Toilet paper rolls.
Frat brother's cock.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't get high, but
I was out of papers. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I smoked it out of the faucet.
Really?
Yeah, you unscrew the faucet off of your sink, and it's already got the screen in the end of it. You put a little one hit in there. And
but how dirty is a faucet with all the gunk building up and
yeah,
stuff?
it's, your
Gets you
kitchen
better buzz.
faucet. Water's going through it. How
One of my
dirty
frat
could it be?
brothers, he would catch spiders and smoke them. And he was
Smoke spiders?
Yeah, he was convinced that he got a buzz off the spiders. Could have been all the acid the guy was doing, too.
I had a friend that worked in a machine shop, and he made this dual-bowled pipe. It was 2 bowls that went down into a union and then came into a single tube.
Yeah.
So you'd fill 2 bowls at once. We called it the Dragon, dude.
Nice.
Because it looked like 2 dragon nostrils. Spark up the dragon, man!
I think I know what else it looked like, too. Two bowls with a thing in between them that you're putting in your mouth. Might have been another name for that.
Bowls, you idiot!
This guy's laughing his ass off. We should just tell our audience just smoke pot every morning so we're funnier.
Smoke your dope.
All right, Steve, we're going to go with you. Hold on.
All right, man.
He's all right. And finally, Tim. Want to start with Tim? Tim. Hey, Tim.
Yeah, what's up?
All right,
from Jersey also.
You're from Jersey as well.
Tim in Jersey smoking weed.
Well, we're smoking weed in Jersey and getting real high.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't do the whoa, whoa, whoa. That's my That's my favorite part of the Springsteen impression.
Dude, I fucking hate Springsteen. Last night I was
Springsteen
smoking a bong.
blows.
Yes, he fucking does. I sat through a show with my ex-girlfriend, and it sucked balls.
TJ is saying, did Opie just say he smoked a carrot?
Yeah, I know.
They pick up everything, don't
they? They do, unfortunately. All right, Tim, thank you. We're going with you. Stay there. All right, let's get this going. It's Stoner Spelling Bee, Anthony. We got words in front of us.
Oh, what are these, political words?
Well,
is there a theme to the words that we're having people spell? Very
Where's
clever.
the words?
Well, we want to be topical.
Hey, where's Jimmy's list?
I'd like
Jimmy
to have
is...
some words.
Give Jimmy a list of the words.
No.
It's the O-N-A show.
No, I just...
O-N-A show.
O-N-A. I just like to have a list.
O-N-A show. And we got the girl that wants to play What's in My Pants. So this is going to be good. We'll do like a round of spelling, and then we'll go to Dawn, and then you're giving those guys time to smoke more pot. All right? As Jimmy gets his words, let's go to PJ. Anthony can pick the first word anyway. PJ.
Give Jimmy a list.
Oh, it'll come.
No, they're getting it. Can you do a hit on the air for us, please?
Sure.
All right.
Pack a bowl real quick.
Here's PJ.
Pack a bowl.
Smoking out of Chandra.
Little hair around the bowl.
PJ?
Yeah.
You smoking?
I got it going right now.
Okay. All right, here we go. There's your words, Jimmy.
There we go.
Wow, PJ.
I didn't hear anything.
A little slow this morning.
He's stoned, Opie.
PJ? Oh, yeah, he's got some...
Yeah, I just heard the carburetor let go.
Yeah, he's got some action going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Wow, that's a little harsh, huh?
Yeah, too big.
All right, PJ. 3 strikes and you're out? Or is that how we're doing this today?
3 misspelled words, and you are out of the competition.
All right. PJ, here's your first word.
All right.
Oh, I get to pick first?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with something easy, election-oriented. Spell opponent.
O-P-P-O-N-E-T.
Opponent. Yes.
Opponent.
That's only valid if you live above 110th Street. That pronunciation.
Wah, 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 wah.
I stink.
Wrong.
All right, you got 1 strike. We got to go 2 strikes because this is going to take way too long.
Especially at the speed he was going.
Yeah, we'll do 2 strikes.
2 strikes and you're out.
We'll cut our losses. We understand. Let's go to Brian in Jersey. Brian?
Yeah, what's up?
To the other guys on hold, get ready with your hit so we can go right to you, all right? Brian, you want to do a hit for us?
What's that?
You want to do a hit of pot?
I can't right this second, dude. I'm at work.
Oh, you're the tree climber, right?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
How'd you feel about being pepper sprayed? Oh,
when did you smoke? When did you last smoke?
I was for like a half an hour straight this morning.
At what time?
Like 7, 7:15.
Is he stoned?
Well, you gotta smoke the pot during the spelling though.
Yeah.
We might have to cut our losses with with Brian. I think.
You got to be stoned.
I am.
Yeah, but you got to smoke pot during the spelling.
The contest, and you're climbing trees, so.
Brian, you're out.
Yeah.
You're out. We do have a
click.
But through the magic of radio, we do have a backup. His name is Andy from New York. Andy, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
How you feeling today?
Good. I got a bong, dude.
All right, let's hear your bong.
All right. I hope I don't hang up on you guys. It's like hard to hit it and hold the phone.
All right. What's the name of your bong?
Everyone calls it budget because it's like beat to hell.
Budget?
Yeah.
The budget bong.
The budget bong, dude. Oh.
Smoking pot's hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, right on, Andy. Are you working
how to
today?
Hold it.
What?
Are you working today?
No, I don't work.
What do you do?
I go to film school, but I'm not going to class today though either because I like have an acting class today and I don't like to go to that one.
Where do you go? NYU?
No, I go to New York Film Academy.
Who do you think is the finest director working today?
Oliver Stone, probably.
Okay.
All right. You ready for your word?
Yeah, sure.
Jim, why don't you give him a word there?
How about optimism?
Ah.
OPTIMIOUSM.
Wow. Wow, Andy.
What's the name of the film you're working on? Stupidity?
You were going real well there, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off the track, man.
It's hard to judge how long that word is.
Yeah, well, it was not optimism.
Optimism.
You're very optimistic.
That would be OPTIMISM, optimism. Very good. All right, Andy, hold on, all right?
All right.
Why he put...
All right, let's go to...
He was going so well.
He was doing so well that he just had to add different letters.
Let's go to Steve. Steve in Jersey.
Yo.
How you feeling, Steve?
I'm all right. I'm nice.
You want to do a hit or no?
Yeah.
All right.
Ready?
Yep. Yeah, I hear some action there, right?
Bubbling?
Yeah, bubbling.
Yo.
He's bubbling.
All right.
All right, you ready for your word?
Wait, real quick. I'm recording the Monster Rain song, Jim.
Oh.
I need to get some information to send it in, though.
All right.
What, you're going to write a song about Monster Rain?
Yeah, but, do you want it to be heavy or do you want it to be all pussy and mellow?
Well, I don't think it should be a particularly heavy song, sir, because...
Sensitive moment.
Yeah, I mean, Monster Rain is something that two boys of a young age share together. They're afraid of the rain, and they have to hide under the porch. It's a fear-based activity.
All right.
Just two boys staying out of the rain.
Yeah, we invite our listeners to write songs. We like that. We would like to hear a few Monster Rain songs.
Yes.
All right, and why don't you give him a word? I'm just going to play, like, host here today.
Opie.
All right, let's look. Another election word, Opie.
Okay.
If you would spell incumbent.
And may I jump in and say, if you need it in a sentence, sir, you can ask for that, too. I'm sure Ant will be willing to.
Ah.
All right.
Do you need it in a sentence?
No, you said incumbent?
Yes.
Okay, INCUMBENT.
Yep. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Bingo.
Yes. Jersey.
Jersey. Let's hear it for Jersey. All right, we got to go right to Tim. Let's see. Tim, another guy from Jersey. Tim, how you feeling?
I'm getting stoned in Jersey.
He certainly is.
I was smoking a joint for you guys.
All right, very nice. All right.
All right, give me a word. I don't want to know.
I love how they have the pot smoke in their mouth sound.
I love that.
You know that sound?
You kind of get this weird sound in your voice. Yeah, I'm smoking,
Get all
guys.
over, boys. All right, give me. Give me the word.
All right, go ahead, Jimmy.
Hindrance.
Hindrance.
Hindrance?
Nice.
When I was a boy, my father would say, Jimmy, be a help and not a hindrance.
Mm.
HINDRENCE. I suck at spelling in Jersey and smoking weed.
It's ANCE, sir. You're very close.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Norton.
All right, well, after the first round, PJ 1 strike, Andy 1 strike, Tim 1 strike. Only Steve is, Steve's leading, basically. All right, hold on there. Keep smoking your pot, all right?
XM202, the Opie and Anthony Show.
We got PJ on the line from D.C. PJ, how you feeling? It's been a while now. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty fucked up, man.
All right. Yeah, PJ has 1 strike. If he doesn't get this word right, he's going to be out of the competition, Anthony. Out of the competition. What have you been doing for the last 20 minutes?
I've been taking mad bongers, man.
Yeah.
Mad bong hits.
And did you like to guess what's in my pants today?
It was pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good? Pretty good?
He's relaxed. He's stoned.
All right. Are you watching TV or anything, or are you just kind of sitting there in your room?
I was playing Grand Theft Auto, but I'm just too high to play it anymore.
Oh, really? You can't get anything done?
Yeah, I can't concentrate anymore.
He just stands around doing nothing, even in a game.
All right. Well, Anthony, you got a word for PJ? This could be it for PJ.
Might be. Okay. Well, I'm going to really test him. Campaign.
Campaign. Mm-hmm.
CAMPAIGN.
PJ still in the game.
Wow, I thought I had him there.
Very good, PJ. Hold on the line, okay? We're going to go to Steve in Jersey. Steve, how you feeling?
I'm doing good, man.
All right, getting real stoned now?
Yeah, I'm almost at delirium, dude.
Yeah? What are you thinking? Almost at delirium. What are you thinking about?
I'm just sitting here with the phone attached to my fucking ear.
You got any thoughts going through that brain?
No.
Not really? Not thinking about anything at all?
Just spacing out, looking at the ceiling.
How old a guy are you?
I'm like 29, man.
He's like 29, almost. I guess he's 28 or 30.
You live in your
He's
mom's
like
basement?
29, but not really.
No, my dad's.
You live in your dad's basement?
And he works at the deli. No, where do you work?
Huh? Oh, man. I work at a place in Jackson that Norton mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, really?
All right, you ready for your next word?
Are you like one of those
No.
One of those PSAs on TV where your father yells down the stairs to you and what are you doing? Nothing.
No, I
nothing.
told him I was
and
calling
he starts spraying the spray around.
Yeah, do you hide your pot smoke from your dad?
No, I have respect and go outside, you know. But this morning it was a little cold, and I kind of told him it was a special event. So.
Yeah, this is a definite special event.
Yeah, it's good to hear you guys back.
All right, cool.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Is that you and your dad?
Yeah,
That's what you say when you get caught banging your mother. Hey, are you a ride operator at a certain theme park?
No.
Oh, okay.
I never said I worked there.
What's that?
I never said I worked there.
Okay. You're right.
That's a great adventure getting out of there alive.
You ever smoke pot with your dad?
No, dude. No.
Does he smoke pot?
He used to. He told me some nice stories, but it'd just be too weird, man.
Yeah.
Did he ever catch you watching a dirty movie and then say, don't turn it off, and sit down next to you?
You hear? It'd just be too weird, man.
Yeah, is he still married to your mom?
No.
No? Is he dating some hot pieces of asses or what?
He's got a nice Latino woman.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dude.
Wow. Do you want to do his chick?
No, dude.
I remember when my dad used to, like, I'd visit him on the weekends after my parents got divorced, and he'd have, like, his whore of the week, and they were trying to, like, it's so funny because they were really into my father, so they had to make like they liked us kids. But thinking back, they were just, they were in their 20s, girls, just some whore bag, I guess, that my father was banging. And they'd be, oh, great, your kids, I have to spend time with your kids on the weekend. And they were pretty hot, but just dumb as dirt. So, Anthony, what are you interested in? Like, we're going to spark up a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to confide in her, and, she'll be mommy, too.
Can you just go bang my dad? I'm
Yeah.
playing Hot Wheels with my brother Joe.
Suck on Dad's Italian sausage and leave me alone,
I don't want to
please.
be bothered.
Well,
You're not my mommy.
And it was like a one-bedroom apartment thing.
Say hi to your new mommy.
New mommy. It was a one-bedroom apartment, so I'd have to, like, look and see the bed that I knew they were having sex on, and... It's like just an awful situation. Your dad bringing home chippies? Yeah?
He's just banging the Latino one.
Oh, the little Latina, huh?
He's doing all right.
All right.
Yeah?
All right, Steve. You have no strikes here, so let's see. Norton's got a word for you.
I'm ready.
Auxiliary.
Who?
Auxiliary.
Who?
Auxiliary?
What happened?
Auxiliary?
Yes.
AUX? ILIARY.
Say it. I didn't hear.
You got it.
Oh, did he say it right?
Yeah.
Okay, good
Yeah, I
work.
kind of heard him slur
He
it.
slurred the IA together at the end.
Oh, I
there.
didn't hear. Okay.
All right, Steve, we're going to say goodbye to you for a little bit here.
Good man.
We'll get back to Steve in a minute. Let's say hi to Tim again. Tim in Jersey. Hey, Tim, how you feeling?
I'm fucking whacked.
What?
What?
I'm fucking whacked. Hello.
What are you wearing, Tim?
You fucking queer.
I just was only asking what you were wearing.
Well, actually, I'm wearing nothing. No.
Did we find out what he does for a living?
I'm an environmental technician. I test dirt.
You test dirt?
Well, I test home heating oil tanks underground.
Oh, see if there's any leakage?
Yeah, exactly, for contamination.
So how's your buzz going?
I'm fucking whacked as shit, dude. I smoked like an ape today.
Are you nice? Are you thinking any weird thoughts that you want to share with anyone?
Actually, I had a really stupid idea.
Okay.
I have an FM modulator in my van, and so does somebody else in my company. We put them together, and you can hear you guys on the radio in the house. You should make stickers that say, put your modulators to 88.1 and spread the virus on FM as well as XM.
I've heard that this works. I've heard that this kind of works.
So if you're close enough to your house, it'll modulate to the radio?
You can be like a quarter mile away. I've had guys follow me with their cars that don't have, any XM equipment at all, and they put it on 88.1. They're like up to close to a quarter mile away, and they hear it.
Wow. There you go. I've heard this works. Oops.
Hey, dude.
So if you work within a quarter mile of your house,
Yeah.
why buy a roadie too?
Right. All right.
Well, I got a Sky buy the radio, but until you can turn people onto it by having a bumper sticker in traffic.
Nice.
Listen to 88.1 for O&A.
You got the boombox?
Not yet. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to buy it. I got a buffoon box.
A buffoon box.
That would have been a good one for Marion.
Yeah, that's good. Tim,
the buffoon
you
box.
ready for your next word?
Buffoon box.
Buffoon box. Yeah, give me a word.
All right, let's go. If Tim gets this word wrong, he'll be out of the competition. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right. Let's go with provisional.
Provisional? Provisional.
He's still in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Staying in the game.
All right, Tim. Hang in there. We're going to go to Andy in New York. Andy, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
How you feeling?
Pretty good, man.
Are you outside?
No, I'm in my apartment.
Oh, okay. What have you been doing the last 20 minutes?
I just been hitting the bong.
All right.
Kind of watching TV.
What
are you watching?
Yeah, what's on TV?
I don't know, I just watched like election coverage, and then I wanted to play PlayStation, but then I just didn't. So right now the PlayStation thing is just on.
All right, it's
just watching
on?
the PlayStation screen.
No, I'm not doing that right now. Like earlier.
All right, you got any crazy thoughts you want to share with everybody?
Nah.
Nah.
Really, I just want to tell Jim Norton that I'm sad the Tough Crowd is gone because that was an awesome show.
Thanks, man. We are too. I appreciate that.
All right, with that,
I live right in the village, and like every night I see like Patrice and like all you guys walking around and stuff and shit.
Oh, come by the Comedy Cellar some nights. We're always there.
Yeah, I definitely will.
All right. Well, Jim, give Andy a word.
The word I'm going to give to Andy is, let me see here. I'm sorry, Andy. I had it, and gorilla, but as in warfare, not as in the ape.
I thought you were talking about Patrice walking around.
Where's that bell?
All right, gorilla, Andy.
GURILLA.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Andy. I was rooting for you.
We have to say goodbye to Andy.
That's okay.
It was GUE, man. You just missed it.
Yeah. Andy, thanks for playing Stoner Spelling Bee.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Call back anytime, all right?
All right, man. Thanks, so.
Come to the cellar one night and wear a yellow handkerchief.
I'll come tonight. Are you there tonight?
No, I'm actually doing a benefit at the Stress Factory for U.S. soldiers, so if you're in New Brunswick tonight.
I used to live in Jersey. I used to go there all the time.
Yeah, I'll be there tonight only with Voss and a couple other guys for some benefit for the troops.
All right, there he goes. Thank you, Andy.
You like golden showers? I just like to watch.
PJ from D.C., we're back to you, buddy.
All right, what's up?
All right, you doing good, right?
Yeah, man.
You want to do another hit?
I lost my lighter, man. I can't.
Lost his lighter?
How did you lose your lighter?
It fell behind my couch.
He sounds really stoned. You got any thoughts in that head of yours?
No, man. I'm just looking at the GTA screen.
What's on the GTA screen right now?
Just a couple of cops shooting a couple golfers, man.
Cops shooting golfers. Very good. Okay, Anthony, why don't you give PJ a word?
All righty. Let's try. Let me look. Let me get a good one. Gubernatorial.
Jesus.
What?
Gubernatorial.
Let me use that in a sentence. If you're a gay Israeli poet, you can mess up the gubernatorial election.
I have no idea.
Well, start with G. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. G.
Gubernatorial.
GO.
Yeah.
UB.
Okay.
You're still in it, buddy.
ER.
Uh-huh.
NA.
Uh-huh.
And no, NE.
Right.
Right.
T.
T, good.
OR. ELA.
ELA. Wow. Wow.
You could not be more wrong.
You got the G right.
Yeah.
You got the G right. That was it.
Oh, great.
That was a good crash and burn, PJ, but we're going to have to say goodbye to you, all right?
All right, see you later.
There he goes, PJ from D.C.
Bye, sweetie.
All right, it's down to Steve, who's smoking pot in Jersey. And Tim from Jersey. That's it. Steve, what's going on?
Nothing. You know, my lighter ran out, and I went upstairs and got another lighter.
Yeah, you're motivated.
See that?
Yeah, he's still very motivated.
See, if he would have gotten up and gotten his lighter and smoked a little more weed, I might not have given him such a hard word.
That was a hard fucking word.
That's really a hard word.
Would you have gotten that one?
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
Don't give it to me.
Because it's gubernatorial. Like,
yeah, Goober.
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
All right, Jim, give Steve a word here. Steve has no strikes, by the way.
Steve, the word is colonel, but not as in corn, as in rank.
Like clink.
Right.
Colonel, oh, see, this word's always fucking...
As in, I had misbehaved, so the colonel came in and gave me a mouthful of discipline.
I don't know, man. C-O-N.
C-O-N, good. Come on, bro.
Halfway there.
Halfway there.
Wait, hold on. There's like an L in there, a couple L's or something.
All right, couple L's, good. Just put it all together now. Come on.
C-O-N.
C-O-N, yeah.
L-E-L.
L-E-L.
Yes, a canal.
Fuck you.
Conlell.
Conlell Clink.
I am Conlell.
Wow. All right, well, that's your first strike. You want to spell that one, Jimmy?
The word is C-O-L-O-N-E-L. Colonel.
Colonel.
But here.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I say the word wrong?
Yeah.
Colonel.
Oh,
no, of course it's Colonel.
Say Colonel, man.
Of course it's Colonel.
We're gonna keep both these guys on the line.
Silly goose.
I swear to God, I just doubted myself. What a dummy I am.
Tim, you're on the line with Steve. Tim, here's the deal. If you get this word wrong, Steve will be the Stoner Spelling Bee champion.
Okay. There's no R in Colonel. Why is that?
Tim?
Doesn't Steve have to then spell a word correctly?
No, because it's the last of the second or third round.
Oh.
All right. If Tim spells correctly, then we'll play another round. That's what it's going to come down to.
All right.
Tim, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm fucking pretty stoned.
You're pretty stoned. Okay, you think you could keep spelling here?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay.
Is Steve laughing at Tim?
What? Where's Jersey is Steve from?
I'm around Trenton, dude.
Oh, okay. You're representing Central Jersey.
Where are you at?
Newton.
Yeah.
Representing.
Newton. I used to hang out up there.
County, yo.
Was he just elected representative or something if he's representing?
I don't know.
I love when white guys represent. You're not representing anything.
All right, calm down.
Represent 80% of the population, yo.
Wow.
Okay, who's getting this, Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, your word is environment.
Oh, this is easy. I'm an environmental technician.
Yeah, dude. Well, sometimes it happens like that. Hey, hold on.
That's kind of biased.
No, did you ever realize sometimes in Jeopardy, the guy that's the skipper of a boat gets anchor for an answer or something? It just happens.
Well, why don't you make it fair and give Steve the word loser? I mean...
And just because he does the job doesn't mean he can spell it.
Oh, my God. You want Tim
I
to
just
win.
looked it up. You want it again?
I'm glad I'm not in this contest. Third wheel would have been my word.
That's right.
Jim Cocksucker.
F-U-N, wait.
All right, Tim.
D-I-C-T-I-O-N.
God damn.
Ben fell.
What happened, Ben? You almost fall off your chair laughing that hard? All right. Let's see if he can spell it correctly.
Are you really going to give him
I have
environment?
to. I gave it to him. What am I going to do? Not give it to him?
All right, Tim, spell environment.
E-N-V-I-R-O-N-M-E-N-T.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
See, Steve, that's not fair, is it now?
Well, it's a little unfair.
All right, give him give him an easy
What
word.
do you do for a living, Steve?
I'm in management, man.
All right, just to be fair, environment.
Are you serious?
You think you can spell it right after the other guy?
I don't know.
Now, give him a word.
I will. Hold on.
Steve, come on now.
I'm ready.
I'm trying to give him a nice, not too hard of one. All right, here's one, because it kind of sums up the red and the blue. Difference.
Difference?
Yes.
Difference.
Attaboy.
There we go. We're over that controversy.
All right, it's
Thank
back to...
God.
I want to recount.
How many strikes for each one?
One. If Tim spells incorrectly here, then Steve will be the winner.
Uh-oh.
Back to Tim.
All right, Tim?
Yes.
Your word is tester. I'm kidding, of course. Soiled.
Dirt.
Stop it.
All right, go ahead.
All right. We will give you the word...
Left-wing fanatic.
Acquaintance.
Oh.
Ooh.
Acquaintance.
Yeah, go ahead.
A-Q-U-A-T. I don't fucking know.
Wait.
That's if you're friends with water.
Wait, A, Q, right?
U.
Yeah.
A-I-N-T-I-N-C-E. I have no idea.
I'll say you don't.
Sandwich spelling.
Now, does the next guy have to
Sorry.
spell a word right, though? Because he's had
Yes.
one word less.
No, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
No, he's got this. Yeah.
No,
he's got.
That was the end of the. That was the end of like the
Okay.
fifth or sixth round. I'm serious.
All right, I'm done.
Tim.
Jimmy, about that show, you can get single tickets.
Yes, you can.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, but go on Ticketmaster because they will sell after the announcement.
All right, I'm fucking punching out. See you
I'll
later.
see you soon, pal.
Hold on, Tim. We're gonna we should give Tim a prize too.
I think so,
Were you
too.
gonna have prizes to give away?
Yeah, what
Oh, we do.
prizes are we giving away?
All right, Tim. We're gonna give you some fine
What do we have?
prizes. I don't know.
An
What do we
XM
have?
keychain.
What do we have
I'm
there,
curious.
Ben?
What prizes?
Swag. We have swag.
Oh boy, when they say they got swag, that means
Bottle opener?
That's crap.
that's crap.
We're giving you crap.
Give him the smelly wiffle ball bat.
No.
He could smoke dope out of it.
Make a bomb.
I'll make a bong out of a football bat.
All right, Tim. Thank you. There he
Thank
goes.
We'll give you a pair of boxer briefs
You
that
guys-
Master Poe grappled in.
Let's hear it for Steve from Jersey.
Thanks, guys.
And what does Steve get for winning Stoner Spelling Bee, Ben? I just want to hear you say
We'll find
swag
some
again.
swag.
Oh my
It's
God!
an honor.
It's an honor. All
Yeah,
right.
dude.
Well, hold on the line, man. You were a lot of fun today.
Dude,
And
thanks,
any
guys.
final thoughts?
It's just great to hear you guys, man.
All right, cool. Spread the virus.
Man,
for
take
us,
it
all right?
easy, Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey represents.
One Stoner Spelling Bee. One Stoner Spelling Bee.
Later, guys.
All right, hold on the line. There goes Steve,
What a guy.
the winner of Stoner Spelling Bee. That was a lot of fun.
I've got stupid in stereo.
What's up, everybody? It's your old friend Jeff Ross. You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony. Nothing to brag about.
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, one of our old pals, Jeffrey Ross. He's playing Caroline's here in New York City. Tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lots and lots of shows. For your tickets, call 212-757-4100. Really fast, we were talking about the homeless shopping spree. We were talking about Feels for Meals. Jay reminded us of another thing that we have like 3 or 4 bits we were never able to do at the old place, and we're convinced we could do just about all of them at the new place. Like we never were able to do Feels for Meals. Remember the bit Run Around the Park for Aaron?
Yeah, it was Run Around Park for Aaron. Run around Park
Aaron.
Run Around Park Aaron. Right. There's a girl. We're going to set her loose in Central Park, and you would have to run around the park and find her. But people didn't really like the acronym of Run Around Park Aaron.
R-A.
Yeah, and find
Shut
her.
up.
And
They can figure it out. They're not that stupid.
it kind of...
And it was like, when you play flag football, she'd have some flags on her. There wasn't going to be any tackling or anything.
Well,
she wasn't going to be dragged into the woods.
But the whole gag was to surprise her, just have her walk around and jump out from a tree and kind of grab her or something.
No, she was aware that she was going to be chased.
Yeah.
We set these lunatics loose. She's got the flags like you have in flag football. She runs around. First person that grabs a flag off Aaron wins a fine prize. Maybe a MiFi that we're going to be giving away soon here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah, they didn't like that. And the bee jar.
The bee jar has to happen.
We wanted to do But this now gets back into fraternity hazing sounding stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Lettuce.
Yeah, we wanted to take a jar and put a bee in it, and have maybe 6 guys.
We actually were going to do this. They gave us a car to give away. I forgot the car.
Oh, it was an Aztec.
The Aztec. So, we were going to get 4 or 5 guys with, like, mayonnaise jars, place a bee in each of the jars, and then the first guy that got stung on his junk won the car.
Then they'd have to stick their junk in the jar and hold it there, and the first guy to get stung won the car.
We were so close to doing that one,
Maybe
and then they shut us down.
Maybe we can get this. I was watching a documentary recently. We'd have to get an Escalade for this one, though, on Japanese hornets. They're probably 2 inches long, and we have like a 3-inch wingspan. If anyone's ever seen, they're the worst creatures alive. And if you could get them in a jar, you'd have to give away at least a $40,000 or $50,000
And they sting?
Repeatedly, and they attack other hornet nests, and they murder them and steal from other bees. I mean,
really?
They're awful.
Do they wear bling? No?
They do. Yeah, they're actually H-O top apostrophe nets.
Hornets. They're hornets.
But the lawyers shut us down on that one.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Well, they were worried about a
allergic reaction.
Allergic reaction.
This is where you belong, fellas. This is awesome.
Satellite radio.
Well, whatever it is, it's radio, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's
it. Kind of liberating.
Yeah, curse. Is this the first time you've been on a satellite radio show?
Darn!
Yeah,
easy, Jeff.
You showed them.
I can't.
It's funny. We're used to it now, but when the old guys come by the new show for the first time, it's funny to watch them. They're like, you can really curse?
Yeah, you get on mic and it kind of.
I'm not going to curse just on principle.
That's good.
I never thought you should be fired, so I'm going to pretend we're still.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey Ross.
Pretend we're still back where we were.
You lucky
for the
cunts.
boot.
Wait, man, I got to see. Wait, we have something you're supposed to warn us.
Meanwhile.
Oh no, that's not it.
That's the wrong one, Opie.
Right, hold on.
Read.
Warning. C-word alert. C-word alert. Warning.
Because we found out that the women really don't like that word.
No,
that is truly the atomic bomb.
We try to give the warning before we let that one fly. But there you go. Yeah, you let it.
I remember during my lovely marriage, Opie, in my 9 years of marriage, my ex-wife, that word was the single worst thing you could ever say, ever.
She would shut down.
To her or just in general?
In general. I mean, in general. No, to her, not even an option. And there was a couple of times toward the end of the marriage where she would be bitching at me for something.
Are you going to say it?
And I would, yeah.
Warning. C-word alert. C-word alert. Warning.
She would be bitching at me for something, and I would try to gauge how loud I could say it so that I felt like a tough guy saying it, but she wouldn't hear it, because I'd be like, keep bragging, you fucking cunt. And there was one time she was like, I heard, what? Came in and was just unloaded.
Now you know why.
Just unloaded.
Now you know why the homeless were wearing all your clothes.
I know. Hey, come on. There ain't a guy that's been married that doesn't at least think the word.
You say it all the time. This is why they hate it, because they know you mean it when you say it. There's never like, no, but I was only saying that like, well, you're kind of cunty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no way to get around it.
It's not like bitch, which is like, some girls enjoy being a bitch.
Yeah,
I'm a bitch and I'm proud of it.
100% Italian bitch. Waka waka. Chicks don't wear the shirt they should wear.
Maybe don't like let's desensitize it so it becomes like diva.
You think?
So like,
Diva
eventually on VH1 it'll be like, VH1, cunts. Sorry I missed the warning there.
We got the warning out there, though.
Oh, maybe someday.
Elton John, Bette Midler, Barbara Streisand, VH1, cunts.
Yeah. See, isn't this new radio fun?
This is all right.
That's all right, huh?
Someday.
This is rad.
And then you'd have all the black women, but they spell it C-U-N-T-Z.
All right. We saw you at the Donald Trump roast.
That was fun.
We had a good time in the nosebleed seats.
Yeah, the boss.
We want to become better friends with you, so we could get better seats.
Yeah, no, I remember.
It's not working with Rich Voss. Rich Voss
remember.
gets all excited and say, I got tickets for the roast.
I went to a roast, and I was Jeffrey's guest at the Hugh Hefner roast.
What a night.
And
what
I
a
had
night.
great seats. I was able to see Hef drool. I was close enough to see the Hef drooling his hot blonde models. I went
7 of them.
I went to the after party and saw Rob Schneider leave with one.
Yeah.
Who got fired. One of the girls got fired.
She's back.
Is she back?
Yeah. I saw her at the Halloween party. She's like, it's not me. I'm not going to let some old man tell me who to fuck. And I was like, all right, well, I guess not, because you're back.
Why'd she get fired? For leaving?
For fooling around with somebody.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
supposed to be in Hef's coffin by 2 a.m.
Yeah, there's the Hef. You know, he's got the image, so he's supposed to have these girls. It looks bad if some of Hef's girls are peeling off to be with Rob Schneider.
Oh, you mean it was one of his personal 7?
Yeah.
You know, he has 7 girlfriends. One to put it in and the other 6 to move him around. 7.
I had a great time at that roast, you know.
And you had the good seats.
Like I said, great seats.
So where'd you sit for the Trump roast?
Oh.
Why weren't you on the dais?
Where was the roast? What hotel was that?
The Hilton?
Yeah, we were at the Sheraton.
Did you see that? Did you see the big screen?
Yeah.
For the people that were in the back of the floor that weren't close enough to the stage, so they would turn around to see what's going on the big screen.
You were behind that.
We were behind the screen.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah.
We were right on the corner of that screen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
It's the kind of pull a Rich Voss has.
And he was so excited. He's like, "Don't blow it off. These tickets are $500 a piece.
$500 a piece."
He paid nothing. So
Of course.
forget it. He did great that night. He made me. I was proud
He
of
did.
him.
He
I
did
was
a good
proud
job.
of him. He was very. He
There were a
took
couple
command.
of people who just killed, and then there were people that just ate it.
I kind of was in between. I was a little off.
You are probably one of the best people at a roast I've ever seen.
Well,
You
thanks.
come there prepared. You got a lot of funny stuff, and I don't know what happened that day.
I was a little off.
You were good. It wasn't like you ate it.
Right.
You didn't come out in a nun
You know, when I came out
costume.
with a bad attitude, which I usually can overcome, but I was just sort
You
of...
did?
I was off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That room was weird, though.
Why?
It took forever to get started, too. The goddamn introduction of the dais was forever.
Freddie Roman goes up and introduces like 50 non-speaking B celebrities.
Yeah.
Like Katie Couric and like 3 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that took forever. They finally get to the roast. You're like, enough already.
Yeah.
Had it.
Stewie Stone was very funny, though. I never seen him do anything before.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
All the guys on it were great. That was the one thing. But I don't know.
Has anyone?
By the time I got on, all the Trump hair jokes were shot. And
That's another thing. Trump, you have your set jokes, and everyone pretty much does them. So the earlier the better, I guess.
Dude, Robert Klein, who I think he's a brilliant comedian. He's one of my favorite comedians growing up. He was an influence, and he had a tough night. He had a bad set.
Yeah, that was
Well,
really
he was doing
rough
his
to
act.
sit through.
He panicked. I think.
Some of these guys were just doing their act.
And that's
Right.
not what happened.
Who
to
was
Klein?
the guy that was doing his act?
Oh my
Norm
God,
Crosby.
Norm Crosby.
He was? I don't remember him being there.
He would
even.
seg into just his jokes.
Well, you know-
Donald Trump. Donald Trump's built a lot of buildings, and there's a construction worker, and he gets into an elevator and
Well,
says
that's the difference. Like, he's going up to try to get gigs at Trump Marina. at
Right,
Mar-a-Lago.
right.
I'm going up to try to make you guys laugh 4 months later when I see you.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't give a crap. I love that.
Yeah, what's Trump
Has
gonna
anyone
do,
ever
fire
wanted-
me? You know,
Has anyone ever come close to punching in the face?
Penny Marshall.
Penny Marshall.
Interestingly enough.
She was angry?
And I was a little afraid of her because she's a fucking crazy...
Yeah.
Yeah? What'd you say
not
about her
very
that
stable.
that pissed her off?
I guess it was the Rob Reiner roast. She was married to Rob Reiner, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't even want to roast Rob Reiner. I mean, how do you even make fun of a guy that married Penny Marshall?
That's a great line.
How do you, what was your wedding song? How much is that doggy in the window?
Oh boy.
And then, like a couple months later, I was roasting the Maloof brothers, who own the Palms and the basketball team, the Kings.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas, and she's a big basketball fan, so she's there. They flew me in. I'm, there. I'm roasting. I'm doing this roast, and as I get to the mic, before I even start, she's like shouting me down, not trying to be funny.
Is
but
she
just
on
mean.
the dais?
No, she's like in the front
In
row.
the front row?
With Vince Neil, and they're both all wasted. And she's already gone up and like humiliated everybody in the room, including herself.
Yeah.
She
did this,
bombed?
like- yeah, she was horrible. She did these like hateful jokes where she made all the blondes in the room stand up and be like, "You fuck Gavin Maloof, you fuck George Maloof," and this and that. And then I go up and she starts heckling me, and I was like, "What were you, Lenny or Squiggy?"
Oh shit.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's good.
And then they wouldn't let me go to the. Interestingly enough, there was like a little after reception, and they said, "Well, maybe I guess she's a high roller there.
A little more star
They
power.
definitely pushed me out a little bit, but
Oh, they wouldn't let you go to the thing?
well, they sort of ushered me somewhere else. Yeah.
Was there ever a line you just
Wow.
didn't want to do? And
Oh,
you knew
wow.
you had to do it? Like you were just freaking going, oh, God, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Yeah, there was one at the Trump roast that I let go that
Which
I
one?
don't. I said, you know, about all the women he's banged, all the hot young. I was like, he's the only guy I ever met who's probably banged 72 virgins without having to blow himself up in the name of Allah. And I was like, this is not going to get a laugh. It's going to get a groan, but I really want to read it in the paper tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's all you care about.
It's a great joke, man.
I want my line in the New York Post.
Exactly, and it was in there somewhere, so I was happy.
Even Voss made the paper. For
Couple
that
times,
roast.
yeah.
He's famous now.
I know.
We did the Jay Moore roast on NBC together.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He was part of Last Comic Standing.
You're part of one of the episodes that aired. That's great.
I was on like the third to last. Me and Triumph guest starred on the third
Yes.
to last episode.
Is he really like that in person?
Triumph? Is he really a sock? I've had enough of that fucking sock, to be honest with you.
I like that. Any guy that can hide behind a podium and not actually face someone when they're shitting on him. I mean, how do you
know.
not respect that as a comedian?
We have to look people in the eyes.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather put a puppet on my hand and go wacky, wacky, and then put a little dog thing in there. I make poop. Oh, you cut it out. Get him out of here. He's incorrigible. Oh, fuck yourself.
He's got 8 nipples and 6 jokes.
Why do you hate him so much?
I don't hate him. I think a lot of the jokes are great. But I watched him trash Rickles one time, and it really made me want to bite his face.
Oh, you're thinking of Lisa Lampanelli.
Oh, you're right. Let's Triumph the Insult Moose.
Another secret message, Anthony. JC, Mike, go.
Oh.
I don't like secrets.
It's giving out
They'll
secret
all be
messages
revealed
to
someday.
the troops.
Hey, you guys want to get Francine in here?
Of course we do.
This is fun.
Francine was our old intern.
Yeah, he remembers Francine.
Are you allowed to chew on the air? What's the story?
Yeah,
with
whatever you want to do.
Anything
This
goes.
program to bring you the Ozone Midget sighting of the day.
Wow, who saw this coming? Chris in Jersey, what's going on?
Hey, guys, I got a midget sighting for you.
All right, let's hear it.
I had a hernia operation.
Yeah.
Somebody screwed up. They put me under anesthesia, and just as I'm about to go under, in walks a friggin' midget with a damn surgical cap and gown on and the stupid little stethoscope dangling between her knees, reaching up for syringes.
That might have been the anesthesia,
Yeah,
man.
you're saying your surgeon was a midget.
I don't know that she was the actual surgeon that cut me.
But that was the last thing you saw before you conked out?
That was just about the last thing I remember.
You sure it wasn't some doctor that brought his kid on, like, Bring Your Daughter to Work Day?
That just scares me that somebody has to stand on phone books to be able to slice me open and fix me.
I don't think they use phone books there in the ER.
You should be grateful.
Yeah, maybe a stool.
But do you want those little fat fingers suturing things in your heart?
Oh,
Those
no.
little clumsy fat hands?
All right. Well, thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go
Franks
listen to
and a
myself
needle
on
and
replay
thread.
all day.
All right.
Meanwhile, back at the show.
All right, we got Francine in the studio.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Francine.
Do you know
Hello,
Jeffrey
Francine.
Ross?
Hi, Jeffrey.
A very successful comedian. He's playing Caroline's all this weekend. Why are you shocked?
Oh, I thought you said I was.
Oh.
Ah.
Are you?
No.
You know Jeffrey Ross, a beautiful black girl.
Francine used to be our intern. Now she's doing stand-up. Do you know Jeffrey Ross, though?
Yes.
He's like the king of the one-liners and other things.
Yes.
He's legendary for his roasts over the years. All right.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
A year.
A year you've been doing it?
Mhm.
And how many times do you gig?
I think I get one maybe once a month.
Once a month?
Once a month.
You go?
Mhm.
So whenever you get your period, you're like, I better get on stage.
No.
I got some ragging to do.
Where have you performed?
Mainly it's stand-up, New York.
Yeah?
Mhm. It's fun.
Yeah. What do you do, like open mic night? Do they have that there?
Yeah, I think they reopened it, but I usually do like real shows.
Real shows? Ooh. You mean you go in there and say, I would like a spot, and...
No, they make you bring like 10 people, and then you can do a
that old
show.
gag. I remember that from the old band days. You got to bring some people, man.
show. Yep.
Yeah,
That used
so
to be
you
how
bring-
your radio show was at the old place. You had to bring 10 people.
Bring 10 people.
At the beginning.
That's true.
I got 10 people listening. Can I come on? Now it's like superstar.
And describe your act. Are you a cross between someone that's out there already, or doing your own thing? What's the deal?
I do my own thing. I just talk about like what I'm angry about or what happened to me on a date or something like that.
Are you an angry comic, or is it more like fun lifestyle issues, or
Probably more angry.
more angry?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're not the sweet kind of girl that gets up there and does that act? No.
Never.
All right.
Well, we have Francine's tape.
So wait, once a month you go up for a year? So you've been on stage like a dozen times?
No, that's for the shows. But for the open mics, I do like 3 open mics a month.
You should be going up 3 times a day.
I work all the time. So,
all right.
Yeah. I try.
You get up as much as you can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at that. The 2 veterans telling the rookie what to do. You got to get out there, kid.
Yeah.
Norton didn't tell her anything. He just reiterated what I said.
That pretty much is right.
True.
I just kind of piggybacked on his suggestion.
Yeah. Norton clearly is
says.
Norton's clearly going to be kissing up to her during this thing.
I just can't.
I already see what's going on.
Now, Francine, we haven't heard this yet, but I just want to ask you: are you confident in the material?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And would you be able to take criticism without bursting into tears and jumping
running
through that
away.
window and running away?
Yes. I can take it.
Uh-oh,
she
I saw a little pause there.
All right,
No,
there's
I
a
can
pause.
take it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's start the tape, see what happens here.
You may fire when ready, sir.
Oh my God, she's like a little Catholic school girl when I met her. That's what she looked like, and now we'll see what she looks like. Francine. Let's hear for Francine. She's the other one, Destiny. Give it up for Gladys. Gladys is so sweet.
Francine, Gladys, we're a PTA meeting. No last names, no.
Now, where was this tape?
This was at the comic strip.
The comic strip?
Mhm.
And you were very excited about Gladys. Was she fun or something?
I know Gladys for about since I started, and she always tried to give me good advice.
All right.
She does give good advice because I used to do her open mic a long time ago.
Gladys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She used to host an open mic. Very sweet lady.
Older lady?
A little bit.
Okay.
With a name like Gladys?
So, you know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of these women who wear these stupid t-shirts, you know, these like sexy and delicious and all that crap. I was walking through Grand Central. This girl had on this shirt. It said silicone free. I'm looking at her. She's 5'1", 450 pounds. I was like, believe me, nobody's wondering. You need to be wearing a shirt saying Haagen-Dazs whore. Or buffet queen, sweetie. That would actually apply to you. And I
You know what's weird? Who's the guy?
Who is it? That's
Because
one
we
of
did
your
listen
10.
to part of this tape before we hit the air, and we hear that guy through the whole thing.
That's part of your 10 people, isn't it?
No, it was a bunch of people.
Is
but
that your dad?
No, he's this guy that always gets on and talks about how he's a virgin and he's never got laid.
Oh, so he was another comic?
Yeah, but that's all he says every single time. I'm a virgin. Well, like, okay. Yeah.
All right, so we
what
got
was the punchline of that joke?
The punchline was Haagen-Dazs whore.
Right. So you should do something else, like, you know, instead of silicone free, like lettuce free, you know.
Oh, that's kinda
wow.
good.
Like real
Give him
advice
that
from
one.
Jeffrey Ross.
Wow, who saw that coming?
I didn't see that
Is
coming.
that bad?
That's
no,
good.
that's good.
No, that's good.
Told me to. I'm an
Lettuce
expert.
free.
I'm trying to
That's good.
help a young hot chick.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys are all like sucked into the fact that she's a hot black lady.
You haven't mentioned any of that to the viewers, by the way. You're just letting her come in here.
No,
Francine.
we've talked about how hot she is.
Plus, they know Francine from the old show.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't.
And she's got a weave. Is that a weave?
No, it's braids.
Braids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all your hair, though?
No, no.
Where's your start and end?
Mine ends about here. It's a bob.
A bob?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Back to the tape.
And I don't even care anymore. Fuck the fat chicks. Fuck them all. They hate me. Okay? It's not my fault. They all hate me. You know, it's funny how they all hang out with each other. You know, they'll be sitting around, you know, at work in their little fat chick convention, you know, trying to give each other, like, diet tips and shit. Talking about, I'm trying the Atkins diet. Like, you're eating McDonald's. You're on the Fatkins diet. Get a fucking life.
The Fatkins diet, okay.
Play on words.
All right, play on words.
Jeffrey, anything?
I like that one. That was an actual joke.
Thank you.
I like where it's coming from, too, that you're trashing fat chicks the minute you walk on stage. That I kind of like.
Look at Jim.
He's going right after the fatties.
Jimmy's going to say nothing bad.
I
during
wouldn't,
this segment.
.
Bobby Big Rigger.
Hey, gentlemen, what's going on here?
Hey.
Jim, do me a favor. Just leave that book down on the counter for a second. I was wondering if I can get Cindy Brady's autograph.
What? Are you saying that Francine may sound a little like Cindy Brady?
That's not her. I just turned my radio on. I thought it was Cindy Brady. Oh,
guy's
my
calling you
mistake.
Cindy Brady.
Gee, I'm really sorry. Oh, Jim, take a good chat.
What would you do to that guy if he said that while you were on stage?
Well, is she from the Brady Show?
The Brady Show. That's what it's called.
The Brady Bunch?
Yeah. He thinks you sound like Cindy Brady.
I don't remember watching that show.
That's what you would say back to him if he said this from the crowd? Like, you're going to need some chops because people are going to go after you.
Well,
what would you say?
What would you say? He would yell out, "Wow, you sound just like Cindy Brady."
I say I don't know who she is. I hate it when people talk during my set.
That's way to hit back hard.
That's right. That'll shut him up.
Take it easy on him, Francine.
I'm sure he'll have nothing else to say after that.
Wow. That's right, sir. Point one finger and three are pointing back at you.
All right.
Three, what is your
I like to
cartoon?
make fun of people a
Oh,
lot.
the thumb
but
kind of goes up.
Okay, you're right. I'm an ass. I don't even know how many fingers I have.
Where was this tape? It sounds like a Port Authority restroom.
Hold on, let me talk to six-fingered Kumia. Fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Comic strip. The comic strip.
The comic strip.
All right, let's go back to the tape.
But I don't like to make fun of people a lot, but I do. But I was a really ugly kid, growing up. And I know I was an ugly kid because I had this really cute little brother. And everywhere we went, they'd only comment on him. So they come up to my mom and be like, "Oh my God, Immaculate." That's my mom. Look, he's so adorable. He is so cute. Just look at him. And then they look at me and they'll be like, well, what's this? Well, what is it? Can I pet it? I'm like, fuck you, Grandma. You were there for delivery, skank. You know it's me.
Ooh.
But
She's
I grew up
bashing
in
Grandma.
the suburbs, so I ride the Metro North in the subway a lot. Is it me or is it like do all Spanish people know each other?
That guy is annoying.
Wow.
You got to tell him to shut up during your set.
He's an ass.
He's
really is an
helping her
ass.
timing. He's keeping it as if she was killing, you know?
Yeah, he's making it sound like I'm doing good.
He's keeping it as if she was killing.
He's helping you along, but it's really annoying.
How many people were in the crowd?
I'd say about 10 or 12.
Oh, 10 or 12.
Yeah.
And what was anyone else reacting or just that guy?
It was that guy and maybe 3 or 4 people in the front.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what were the other people doing?
Waiting to go on, probably.
Were they waiting to go on?
Waiting. Actually, I was the last person.
Oh.
Yeah, so they were just
You were the
listening.
closer. Nice.
Yeah.
I think you're doing great.
Headlining.
Thank you.
I'm noticing a lot of cursing.
I know. Fucking phenomenal. You'll be sitting in a car by yourself, and there'll be one Spanish person next to you, and one other Spanish person comes in. It's like, "Oh yeah, King Carl, come on, star!" Whole fucking conversation.
That's quite a Gene Stapleton impression.
You might want to work on the Spanish thing.
I could Spanish.
Yeah, but that impression didn't sound like a Spanish person.
Yeah,
Really?
maybe you should use your, think that Spanish out a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, I like the fact that she's trashing fat people. She called her grandmother a skank. She called herself ugly, and she's shitting on Spanish people. I kind of like where it's coming from.
And she's making a fat guy laugh, which is always a good thing.
Right.
And person comes in, it's like, "Oh yeah, King Carl, come on, star!" Whole fucking conversation. But that does explain why, they have so many kids. It's because they're so fucking friendly, okay?
Although, I will say I've rethought the Spanish thing. Keep it the way you have it, because even though it doesn't sound Spanish, it absolutely captures how annoying it is to hear two Spanish people babbling at each other. That's exactly what I hear when they talk. Just two babbling idiots.
You are really trying hard, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am.
He wants to do you.
No, it's not about banging. I think that's actually,
He's going to sacrifice good radio, so I hope you give him a good banging.
That's
today.
not true. What am I going to do? You can't.
He'd settle for a date. He doesn't need to.
We're never going to go
he'll-
out. We're never going to have sex.
He'll settle for a cup of coffee after the show.
I don't want a cup of coffee.
Let's just acknowledge that Norton is going to be completely.
I actually just wanted to trash
out of
people.
this bit.
He likes his coffee like he likes his women.
Oh,
Under 18.
That's probably what they're always talking about. So, is it weird do the dykiest broads have the biggest titties? I swear. You know,
Ralphie May's dying in the
background. Well, observational humor is always good.
Yeah.
How do you know they're dykes if they have big boobs, though?
Because they usually look like guys.
Yeah, they dress like dykes.
Well, that's
they
just
got the
because they're
hairdo.
fat.
No, then they have their haircuts, you know, the side cut thingy, and
Yeah, there's a definite dyke look, Opie.
yeah.
All right. And they all have big boobs?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay.
I swear, you know, they try to hide it with like their sports bras and oversized t-shirts, and that shit never works. Does that mean that the queerest guys have the biggest dicks? And McGreevy and all his friends are like, nah, 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 nah.
What's the visual there? What's the visual?
I pretend like I'm wagging my dick at everybody.
Oh, there you go. Like, haha, look how big my dick is.
Yeah.
Save that for your auditions.
Really?
No, it's a little dirty.
Too dirty?
No. Waving your dick? Maybe.
Waving your dick in the air like you just don't care.
Hey, what do we have here?
Yeah, that would be a shame. You ever laugh so hard you fart? You're like, and everybody keeps laughing and pretends like nothing happened, right? And you don't know the person's thinking, did she just fart?
Someone agreeing with you in the audience
yeah.
all the time.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, it was...
I gotcha.
All right. She's got confidence in her material, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is good.
All right, I have shit to say. So I grew up in the suburbs with this mom that's really crazy. My mom's really overprotective, like my virgin friend over there. And the funny thing about suburban parents is that they're so much into their career that they don't pay much attention to you. So, like, they just pretend like nothing's going on. My mom comes into my room, she always has a stupid question. Francine, I was going through your bedroom the other day, and I found here this long, thick, vibrating device. I'm like, for the last time, it's a massager from Brookstone. Get out of my bedroom. She always comes in, you know, and if she can come into my room, I can be on my knees, I swear to God. Sweetie, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm checking for testicular cancer, Mom.
Oh,
What are you
okay.
doing with
I
me?
get it. I get it.
You
Okay,
get
I
it?
was lost for a little while there. So what you're saying is your mother would ask ridiculous questions even if you were giving a blowjob in your bedroom.
Yeah, she
I
does.
swear to God, until you said that, I didn't get it. I thought she was reaching back, like playing with herself and checking herself.
Right.
That's what I thought,
yeah, at
too.
first, I didn't know there was
Yeah.
someone in the room with you.
Either way, it's hot.
Right. Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, I
Jimmy, you're such a
swear-
kiss ass.
I'm not a kiss ass.
You're the worst.
Here's the thing.
You stink.
No, it's not. She's doing it a year. It's not bad for a year.
Honestly,
shit on her.
It's really not bad at all. But
If she was a guy, I wouldn't trash her.
Yes, you would.
No, I would not if it was a year. If this was 10 years in, that's different. But you can't trash somebody that's doing it
she's
a year.
got confidence.
Thank you.
She has confidence defending her material, which is good, too.
Yes.
All right, we're almost done here. Gotta go back a little here.
She's like, what are you doing with your knees? I am praying he doesn't have testicular cancer. She's like, but sweetie, I'm like, but sweetie, nothing. Get out of my room. I am fucking busy, okay? Get out.
More importantly, your mom allows you to give guys blowjobs in the house while she's cooking dinner.
Right.
Well, I actually should usually be
Is
at
this
work.
a lot of comedy's based on real life events?
Yeah.
Are you blowing guys in the bedroom while mom is cooking Thanksgiving dinner?
No. Well, actually, probably like once, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe once because she was upstairs and we were downstairs.
What state are you from? What suburban area?
Maryland, mostly.
Wow.
Oh, Maryland?
I guessed that in my head. That's weird.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I really did. I don't know why. But what about this material when your mom comes sees you?
Oh, really?
Oh, she doesn't listen to XM.
No,
She's
what
not
about
here.
what about when you're at the comic strip?
Yeah,
and
has she seen
you
you
have
live?
8 people and you need 2 more, and you're like, Mom.
I made like some CDs once, and she found it. She found some of them, and she was really annoyed and disappointed.
Disappointed?
And she got over it, though.
Disappointed that you're trying to do comedy?
No, most of it was too much material. Like, she heard about all my ex-boyfriends and what I did with them.
Oh,
and,
boy. You should say it's just for my act.
Well,
We've been getting away with that for years here.
Right, it's just the
I go
show.
home and someone will question me about something. I'm like, nah, it's just for the radio. That chick wasn't a 10. She was a 4. She was ugly. I didn't touch her. Nothing happened. No.
She's already heard most of it, though.
Yeah?
Yes.
Just say it's not based on anything.
She'll probably kill me if she heard it.
All right.
I'm going to time that up. I'm going to continue. I got to think of shit to say. So, did you guys hear about the AIDS outbreak in the porn industry? Why was anybody surprised about this? That's my... but it's like the news had like programs and shit on it. I'm sitting there like, these are like professional whores. Are you serious? Because I would have loved to be an interviewer out there in like Hollywood. It would have been a really short interview, first of all. Hello, everyone. We'd like to invite Amanda Huggenfuck here. Welcome, Amanda. I just have a couple of questions for you. First question, Amanda. Let me get this straight for all our viewers. You fuck complete strangers on an everyday basis for a living. And you were surprised that you caught the AIDS. All right, final question from Ms. Huggenfuck. Throughout your illustrious career, did you not see this coming? Not on your face or in your mouth, nowhere. Thank you, Ms. Huggenfuck. That concludes our interview. I'd love to shake your hand, but I won't. Back to you, Bill, with sports. Thanks, guys. That's my time.
Oh.
Wow,
You
the
end
AIDS
with a
bit
little-
as a closer.
End with a character.
Thank you.
You
That's
end
pretty
with a
ballsy.
character.
Did you like it?
Well,
An AIDS
you need
bit.
I think you need a stronger closer, right?
Or a sweeter,
Yeah.
more endearing closer than like,
'Cause
fuck,
that's
I'm
the-
not shaking an AIDS person's hand.
Thank you, good night.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you, good night.
You want to end really, really strong because that's what they're going to remember. You want to leave them with a huge laugh, like
Let's
your best
kill
joke.
the AIDS patients. That's my time.
You didn't see this coming? Not in your face or in your mouth. You guys have been great. I've been glad to see you. Get home safe.
Don't forget,
Fuck AIDS. Back to you, Gladys.
don't forget to tip your waitresses. They're working hard tonight.
Yeah, I didn't expect to do that long of a bit, so I thought I was going to be off before I even did that one.
Yeah, that one kind of went on.
Why'd
a
you
little
stay
bit.
on?
Well, because it was still rolling and she wasn't back. You know when they leave the room and then you just on stage with the mic, you gotta
That's
keep
good.
talking.
That's like without a net.
Yeah.
I must say, you definitely have confidence. You don't sound nervous up there. I think sometimes you break into some curses as like a
That's
crutch.
that's nerve, right?
It's a nervous thing.
That's a crutch.
Hey,
A nervous crutch.
Fuck, shit. Shit.
Well, I
Do it.
cursed.
Shit.
All right.
Here.
Yes.
Jimmy?
It's not cutesy garbage like I thought it would probably be. It's kind of vicious. I like it. I mean, you're in. You can't judge somebody when they're live on stage X amount of times. It's hard
You
to
actually
judge.
can judge, and I think I give you a high grades. Because
Yeah, but a lot of guys
for a year
stink in
in,
the beginning and they
it
turn
was
out
really good.
A lot of guys start off funny for the first couple of years, then 5 years later you see them doing the same shit they would. There's certain guys I used to do open mics with that were like, God, this guy's great.
Yeah.
And then you see them a few years later and you're like, ugh, you see really, like in hindsight you realize they stunk because they're
Yeah.
doing the same shit.
Unfortunately, you're a girl, which means you can only be so funny, which is not very on stage as far as female comics go.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It's just something that happens. Female comics, for the most part,
Except
really
Joan
suck.
Rivers. And Sarah Silverman.
Some of them are very funny, but
Sarah
I
Silverman's
Sarah's
very
funny.
funny. Yes. Okay. So maybe it can be an exception to the rule.
I think
there are
the rule,
exceptions.
The rule is 99% of the
Yeah,
time,
they
female
stink.
comics are so bad.
And we really assumed, and the guys even were like, you can be tough on her if you want before you came in, and now you have the respect of 4 funny guys who want to get in your pants.
Yeah, because
But part of it is that women are nurturing And very rarely is humor nurturing. Humor is the opposite of nurturing. It's cutting. It's vicious. I mean, that's why women are in nature-based not as funny, because it's not their instinct. Their instinct isn't to laugh if you fall and crack your head, is to help pick you up. But guys are like,
very good.
Fucking idiots.
All right. Well, let's hear it for Francine. She did a good job.
Thanks,
Very good.
We were ready to trash you, but, you know, we got to stay honest on the show. It wasn't that bad.
Not at all.
And you kept it tight, which is always
Yeah,
good.
we'll look forward to another tape from you down the road, okay?
Hopefully you'll do something we can really mock and hurt you with.
Where's your next open mic? Want to plug it?
Open mic?
Well, wherever you...
I'll probably... Today's Thursday?
Or wherever you're performing.
I think I'm going to be at stand-up on December 3rd.
What was that? Oh.
End of the Brady Bunch.
There you go. And we're hanging with Jeffrey Ross. We're going to take a break. Jeffrey Ross is at Caroline's. A lot of shows. For tickets, 212-757-4100. As we go on a break, Anthony, a mashup here. Give us a little break to eat cereal and stuff.
What is it?
Beastie Boys and the Beverly Hills Cop.
Where's the other mashup you guys have?
Which one?
I don't know. There's one here that says Nas and Black Sabbath.
Oh, boy.
I'm just curious.
It goes on forever, though.
What song is it?
Ben, you want to ride this, and when it starts really sucking, just go to break?
I don't know, but there's some buck in it.
Yeah, it's like 6 minutes long.
What song is it?
It's Black Sabbath and...
No, just turn it off when you're done.
War Pigs.
Yeah, Ben will figure it out when it sucks, all right?
You're not a big fan of War Pigs?
Love War Pigs, but I mean, it's like I've heard it's like it's Stairway to Heaven for me. I've heard it so many times.
Ah, gotcha.
It's not that great.
It's a great song, but it's just...
This mashup isn't that great.
Oh, then don't play it.
By the way, I've seen your act, Jim. Love it. And you goof at one point at somebody rhyming something. And if it's the same word you're rhyming with the word that it rhymes with, and it's the same word, that's bad, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless it's in War Pigs.
Unless it's War Pigs. Masses and masses.
Oh, yeah, it's the same word. But no.
What happened to your genius there?
First of all, those were not the original War Pig lyrics. The original War Pig lyrics were far different, and they had a priest being burned in a fire, and they were forced to change, I believe, by Warner Brothers. So those might have been the last-minute lyrics.
He's actually got something.
Yeah,
great.
And
him.
And masses and masses, we understand why. It used to be cast the priest into the fire, and I think Warner Brothers was like, not on this record.
Well, who knew?
There you go. There's your explanation.
Son of a bitch has an answer for it.
We'll try this. I don't think it's that great. Ben will ride it when it sucks.
Okay.
He'll get us out, and we'll continue with Jeffrey Ross. Stay there.
Do you realize who you hired? He's a disruptive influence.
Anthony. He happens to be a dwarf.
What horrible people.
Our new bosses said you guys can get as crazy as you want.
They keep creating new ways to celebrate mediocrity.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
It's psychotic.
He's up on the gay shit.
Oh, Jim.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
When Jeffrey Ross is in studio, well, he is, ask him about the time he played Pratt Institute years ago. I remember being at a show where some crazy freshman pulled a knife on Ross because he didn't like a joke.
Really?
I guess that's why he did it, but apparently the kid was trouble. I remember being on stage, and the kid was, before the show, I was early, he was like floating around the stage, sort of going, just sort of like weird, like Willard type of a kid,
Willard.
Yeah.
Did you see the new the remake of Willard?
Yeah, with what's his name?
God, it was
Crispin
so creepy.
Glover.
I can't look at rats.
Okay.
No?
Ever since I had a skateboard through Kenmore Square in Boston at 5 in the morning to do morning radio in college.
Rats?
Rats everywhere.
There's a lot of good ones
My
in this
skateboard
city.
would scare them, and they would just go.
Oh.
But
On my way to work, did I tell you on the story in the air yet or no?
No.
What?
On the way to work this morning, actually, I'm walking by my building, and there's like a garbage jutting out, and there's a guy walking towards me, and a rat ran right over his foot and into a little nook in the building.
That's so
a
creepy.
big rat right over his foot.
That's the scariest shit ever.
Ugh.
Yeah, and this kid just sort of like, I think he like flashed it from the front row, and I got a little weird, and I didn't want to I didn't know.
Flashed it like, hey, look what I got?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know if I drew any attention to it or whatever. Like, I don't remember. I was this is a long time ago. I was probably a little nervous and green and whatever. And then for some reason, I started teasing him a little bit the way I've been known to do. And he came up and he had the knife. And I didn't know. There's hundreds of witnesses, so it's just strange. Yeah. Do I take this guy down? Do I just walk off?
came up on the stage with the knife and brandished it.
I was actually open for Jeff on that show. He was on the side of the stage, but he was looking at, like, behind a pole, looking at you, and you're like,
how is this guy allowed to just walk around on the stage, though?
It was at college. It wasn't like it was a big theater stage. I think it was like one of those things where you just kind of step up and you're on the stage. Like
it's like a student union situation.
Okay. Got you.
And he was behind a post, and Ross is on stage, and this guy's behind a post to Jeff's stage right, and I guess he was flashing the knife that the audience couldn't see, but you're like, hey, well, this guy has a knife. It was really uncomfortable. I didn't see the knife.
This guy has a knife. Oh, he's going into the guy with the knife, bitch.
Yeah, where's the punchline? What? Usually has a witty punchline.
I'm in fear for my life.
Oh, God.
Take my knife, please.
Oh, that's.
And what happened? He just wandered out, right?
They escorted him out. No, they took him out. And you stopped the show. You were like, I'm not performing here. You got really uncomfortable. And
I'm not performing.
Yeah, that was the end of the show. You were weirded out by him, and I got pulled.
I didn't go back on.
No,
come on.
Really?
Was I last?
Yeah, it was me and then you. There might have been one more, but I know it was me and you. And I just started
last. There was me and you.
Yeah, there's two of us.
Jeffrey, also, we're finding out that you broke your hip since we've been off the air.
Yeah, that's why.
How the hell do you break your hip at your age? That's like something old people do.
Too much time at the Friars.
I threw myself in front of some 6-year-old cunt ice skating.
Dude.
I don't like the warning thing. I like just the shock value.
Just blurt
He
him
likes
out.
the shock value.
It was Christmas Eve. I'm in Bainbridge Island, Washington, to visit my sister and my nephews. You know, it's like Hanukkah, nothing going on, and my nephews are like, we want to go ice skate, and they're like 4 and 8. The only ice skating rink's an hour north towards Vancouver. Christmas Eve. Middle of nowhere. We're driving to this ice skating rink. We have to pass through like a hospital, basically, to get to the rink. My sister joke goes, this is the worst hospital in Washington State.
Oh, no.
Just happens to mention that. You know, 2 hours later, I'm in the emergency room being surrounded by nurses with, like, reindeer hats and Christmas sweaters who want no part of this broken Jew. You know, like, it's not like I'm some comedian. I'm just Jeff, you know, some
just Jeff.
guy laying on a stretcher.
Mr. Ross.
It was Mr. Lifschultz. It was like, it was horrible. I'm like, I'm ice skating, and I don't really know how to ice skate. I haven't ice skated since I was a little kid, and it's like a couple hours in, and the hot chocolate food place is like closed. The ice skating's free, so everyone's on the rink. There's just thousands. It's just so crowded, and I finally get off the wall. I'm getting the hang of it. They're like, one more lap, and it's like they're gonna close.
You're on the
Christmas.
last lap.
And some little 6-year-old girl like fell in front of me, and I didn't want to fall, and I threw my legs up just to avoid crashing into her. And femur.
Oh! Wait. Ow. This is... I'm gonna get all...
Good morning, America.
You landed on your leg or your hip? You landed
my hip. Side of my hip. And I didn't know right away. I was sort of in denial, and I was like flipping around like a flounder on the ice, and then guys started to come, and then they're like, clear the ice. It was like, there's literally hundreds of people watching me.
You embarrassed?
Oh, that's the guy that ruined our last lap.
He wasn't embarrassed. He was in pain.
Now, what broke, actually, your hip or your femur?
Femur.
You broke the femur.
Like, it's like got it like a cap to it, like a head of it, and it just snapped off.
Oh, wait a minute. The part that goes into the hip bone, where it kind of connects the ball joint.
Right, that's
the ball part of your femur snapped.
Clean break. So we didn't think it was that big a deal. They dragged me into like a penalty box, and I'm there for like 5. I go, just give me a minute, I'm fine. Just give me a minute, I'm fine.
You couldn't walk at all, though, right? Your leg, you couldn't.
And then after a couple minutes, I realized that I'm sitting in the penalty box, but I'm sitting like this, but I'm literally holding myself up with my arms because I can't put my butt down no matter what.
Oh, man.
And I start sweating, and finally I go, you know what? Call an ambulance. I don't know what's going on here. I'm not getting up. And then they start putting me they want to put me on a stretcher, and I can't even get the skate off. Like, it's wah! And, like, I'm pretty good with that usually.
Oh, God.
And so the paramedics, like, call a doctor, and they go, we have a guy here, so-and-so age, so-and-so this, so-and-so that. We're going to give him a shot. We're going to give him some morphine. And I go, oh, my God, this is for real. They're going to drug me and get me off this ice. It's pretty bad. So I go to the hospital. I'm laying there. And I don't know what's going on. And this doctor walks in. He's got his big Christmas Bill Cosby sweater on. He just walks over with this look on his face, and he looks at the X-ray. He looks at me and he goes, "Young man, you are fucked."
Oh,
That's what he
no.
said, the doctor.
Get out of here.
He goes, "You have a broken hip." He goes, "I've been a bone doc, an orthopedist for like 20 years. I've never seen a guy with a broken hip before who's not like 70 years old."
Yeah.
And, they do a little pushing and pulling and prodding, and I have 3 metal pins in the side of my leg.
So how long were you in that hospital?
5 to 4 days. Then I was 3 weeks up at my sister's house, couldn't move. And now...
Are you back to normal, sort of? Can you do stuff?
I can sort of, I can walk, I can't really run, I can, have sex with, on an angle. Anybody out there with a slanted pussy, I'm your man. Chinese chicks are looking good.
Did they say what happened? Did you just hit it at the complete worst spot?
I kept saying, what do I have, soft bones, whatever that disease is, I said, what's the story? Why me? And the guy goes, you went ice skating. You had a trick fall, bad fall, weird thing. Don't go ice skating. That's what happened.
Yeah, stay away from that ice
skating. Just a fluke
skating.
accident. Jews should not ice skate.
That's why I don't ski or ice skate, man. Exactly for that reason. It's just, I know it's going to happen. It's scary.
You never think it's going to happen, and even my sister was like, "Oh, you skate. I don't feel like skating. So you take the kids."
More logic from Jim Norton. Doesn't want to go ice skating or skiing, but he'll lick a girl's ass that he doesn't know.
No one ever broke their hip licking a girl's ass.
That's right. So, you might break your hip when you've got the HIV and you can't walk anymore because you're so skinny and weak. I mean, it's all cyclical, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, hey, look, it could be worse. I mean, you could have fallen on your back. I mean, look at stupid Christopher Reeve falls off a horse. I mean, it's like a lot worse shit could happen on a fall if you smash your neck, so it sucks, but
in the
fine.
scheme of life, I'm pretty lucky. I mean, it's just the worst thing. If anything, it'll keep you from doing anything else stupid like ice skate
That's not
or
a
ski.
stupid thing. You tried it.
All right.
A real day's work.
Also, the other day...
doing anything.
By the way, can I say that none of the comedians, we all talked about it, we found out Jeff got hurt, and none of us were surprised it was a broken hip.
Yeah.
Not one comic was like, what? He broke his hip. Like, oh, man, I hope he's all right. But no one was like, what?
I remember Sarah Silverman and Jimmy Kimmel call me up and they go, well, well, it's really sad, but it's kind of funny too. I'm in the hospital on Christmas.
Yeah, but you're Jewish. Who cares?
Well, I mean, it's my vacation too.
You guys love our Christmas holiday.
They can't put that in a cast or anything, right?
No, they have 3 pins and crutches and and then they give me the physical therapy manual, and all the diagrams are 80-year-old people. How to get your pants on, how to put your socks on.
Right. Have one of your grandchildren.
It's endless. I was doing a figure 8. There's a million ice skating jokes.
Dude, how did you fly home? After 3 weeks, you were still kind of straight-legged, or you could actually...
I was on crutches, but I wanted to... that was another thing. I was on crutches, and I'm recovering at my sister's house, which was kind of nice, because, you're out of L.A., you're out of New York, you're just in Bainbridge Island, Washington, spending some quality time with my sister and my nephews and my brother-in-law, who I know since I'm a little kid, and kind of digging it. Then I get an invitation. You're cordially invited to the world premiere of Along Came Polly, the Ben Stiller.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in the movie, right? So I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm never in a movie. I got to get out of this.
Wait, you were in that movie?
Exactly. So I go down.
I saw it on a flight. I'm trying to remember what you did in that.
So I fly down, red car. I get all dressed. I haven't been anywhere. I'm on crutches walking down the red carpet. The publicist was walking me down. I had 2 scenes in the movie where I sing. The wedding band leader. Really funny role. And I'm so psyched to be at this premiere. It's my first time, out in public in almost a month. I do 20 interviews down the red carpet. I get inside with my girlfriend. Got a great seat. Not in the movie. Cut out.
Oh, okay.
They never told me. So there I am like a schmuck on crutches.
Oh, completely cut out of the movie.
Just going to a film.
That's all right. Because the movie wasn't that good anyway.
Pretty much went to the movies that night.
The basketball scene was one of the funniest scenes in recent comedy.
The scenes are on the DVD. They're pretty funny.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
You made the DVD. There you go. And you also were telling us during break that you went to Iraq. We were just talking to Jimmy about his Iraq experiences.
Yeah, you went to Baghdad, right?
Yeah, you went before I did. I think you went in the Iraqi summer, right?
I went in September of last year, sort of during those Jewish holiday time, right before they caught Saddam.
Yeah.
But we didn't just go to Baghdad. I went with Drew Carey, who's an ex-Marine, so we did like a psycho trip to Crete, Mosul, Baklava, Fallujah, Black Hawk.
Oh, you did Fallujah? I didn't do Fallujah.
We went all these little bases, where all the transport engineers live, like 20 miles outside each city, and some of the bases were just a couple of dozen people, and some of them were like 8,000 people.
How embarrassing would it have been, though, to see Drew Carey and Jeffrey Ross in one of those videos? Please don't kill us.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Just sitting there with the flag behind him.
It never would have been. It would have been like Drew Carey and others.
Yeah.
Right? Plus, where are they going to find an orange jumpsuit that Drew Carey could fit into anyway? It was a pretty intense trip. We did a show in front of Saddam's birthday palace in Tikrit, and they've been getting shot at every day there by these Saddam loyalists, and suddenly they defiantly put up this big stage and lit it up.
Great, light it up.
And you're on the stage.
Suddenly the
doing
night
comedy
didn't seem that bad.
Our hotel, the Al Rashid Hotel in Baghdad, did you stay there?
All bases we stayed on, because you had already been there and it had already happened.
Yeah, our hotel got hit with a mortar and stuff. And
while you were staying there?
Yeah, and we went back and stayed there that night. That was scary.
Excuse me, I'm trying to sleep upstairs.
Could you stop blowing this up? And, I went to the
front desk.
How is hotel service there? Do you have room service?
There's not.
Can you call down and go, hey?
Can I get a AK-47 ASAP?
Please.
And a pot of coffee?
There's a hole in my hotel room.
Yeah, I got dehydrated one day. We did a show in a flatbed truck in, Al Ramadi Air Base near Syria. 11 of them was like 120 degrees, and afterwards I'm like dizzy. They took me to the hospital, pumped me up with some saline. It's tough over there.
Yep.
I gather.
Support our troops, USO.org, or the Wounded Warrior Project.
We went after Saddam got caught, so they kind of kept us, I think, a little closer to because all the insurgencies were kind of starting up, so we really didn't have much freedom to move like that.
Stayed on
Black Hawk,
military
we did
bases.
what you want.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, it has.
Like Dick Cheney says, we're going to have elections in January in Iraq, even if we have to kill every Iraqi person.
Yeah, they're sticking to that date.
Vote or die, motherfucker.
Yeah. Vote and die.
Vote and die.
Vote and die.
That's where Puffy should be with his campaign, because that's the real deal over there.
So how are did you guys, when you were in Blackhawks, I know in the C-1, you flew the C-130s too, right,
Yeah.
where they do the combat maneuvers. Did they do them in the Blackhawks? I heard that they're vicious, man. The way
Yeah,
they
the
fly
Blackhawks fly really low and fast so they can't get shot at. I have it all on video. I made a film I'm
You did?
trying to sell.
Oh,
We showed it at the
nice.
Hamptons International Film Festival, and it's pretty good.
How was that
I'd
festival?
love to see that.
Very, very cool. It was really neat to be a director in a documentary film festival,
I don't like the Hamptons, though, but...
Well, I didn't go. I went there in
No
October.
Ozzy out there.
No, there's a lot of well, just people. I don't know.
All right.
It was cool.
Very good.
Excellent, man.
All right, Jeffrey, we're going to see you at Caroline's this weekend, definitely.
It's Anthony usually comes with his girl and whatever.
That's right.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Hell yeah.
I'll definitely be there
We
this
got a
weekend.
couple new zingers.
I will absolutely go.
8 o'clock show tonight. I might be able to pull that off.
Don't you have to go to sleep?
Well, usually it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock sleep time.
Weekends are like a reprieve.
Tonight's an early show. We'll be done before
That's what I'm saying.
10.
I think I can handle tonight's show.
Love to
by
have you,
10
pal.
By 10 o'clock, I've been asleep for a couple hours already.
Now that's a great endorsement.
It's
The host of the show come to the show their plug.
No, Jeffrey Ross telling a couple serious stories, but very funny guy. He'll be at Caroline's all weekend long, starting tonight at 8 o'clock. For your tickets, call 212-757-4100. Jeffrey, thank you. Don't be a stranger, okay?
Who are you working with? I'm sorry.
Two very funny guys, Jordan Rubin and Greer Barnes.
Oh, that's a great show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hot one.
Nice.
That was Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Mazel
I love
Thank
your
you,
new
sir.
studio. It's a
State of the art, isn't it nice?
Very homey. There's not a lot of homeless derelicts hanging out in the lobby.
No, not yet. We're going to take over this whole area outside, though. These other guys don't know it
Yeah,
yet.
the cubicles and stuff are going to go, and we're
it's
going
gonna
to
be,
put some...
We're going to put a lounge in there and a performance
Little stage.
area. We're going to have a
Really?
little bar area. Yeah.
Bands.
You got to see the design for this place.
Right now, it looks
Set
like
up
Mary
like a
Tyler
club.
Moore works here.
I know. That's perfect.
This used to be Lou Grant's office.
That's perfect, yeah. But it's all going, man.
It's great to see you guys.
Definitely. Jeffrey Ross, everyone.
I think it's two chimps on a Davenport in a basement.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Here's Opie and Anthony when they're not awful.
Okay, terrific.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
No more of that. It's bad for you.
Yeah, we went out to dinner with Super Agent Bob Eatman and his lovely bride.
Oh, yes.
She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob's, Bob
has a great beard if you're starring in Philadelphia. Yeah. What is with that little scrawny beard he's growing?
Yeah, really Bob walks in. I've known Bob for, I don't know, he's been our agent for about 6-7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, he walks into the restaurant with his beard. So now you got to acknowledge the beard because he's never had a beard before.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, wow, Bob. Nice beard.
Yeah.
What do you say, you know?
Why did he grow a beard?
I have no idea.
Is he trying to intimidate people?
That's what I'm thinking.
Is it like the evil Bob? He grows a beard and wears a beret?
I know he has a lot of big meetings in New York in
Yeah.
the next few days, so maybe he's trying to intimidate. Yes, maybe.
Maybe that's it. Tough guy.
Put a little rubber band in it like a Lou Albano.
Yeah. Hey, you. Grab the guy by the lapels. Hey, you, I got a client.
So, I don't know. And you blew off the dinner.
I completely blew off dinner.
I knew you would. So I'm like IMing Norton, begging him, come on, please go to dinner with me. I don't want to do this by myself. Please.
Here was my message from Bob's office last night. Hi, Anthony. Bob's office. The dinner is going to be at beep. Message deleted. That was it. I didn't even care where it was going to be. I got my email. I saw the subject, restaurant, Bob coming in. Boink, delete. I didn't want to know. I didn't care.
And I'm running out of excuses for you. Because he
You
never.
know what the excuse was?
He never knows ahead of time. So then
Yankee game.
Well, that's the one I used.
I didn't get any sleep.
He shows up and he notices there's like an empty seat. Oh,
Aw.
where's Anthony? The Yankees are on. I mean, it's just
That's it.
At this point, I think he knows that you just don't want to hang out with him.
After I
social
signed
atmosphere.
After I signed the contract with XM Satellite Radio, that's it. Why do we have to go out to dinner
He
anymore?
likes to have a little quality time with us.
Unless he's got something to tell me business-wise.
We didn't talk any business either. We talked about other stuff, but we did not talk
No
about
business?
Not at all. And Norton's waiting for me in the wrong restaurant, going, where the hell? He's getting all mad. Where are you? He's calling my cell phone. I'm like, what do you mean, where are you? I'm right at the bar. He's like, so am I. I'm like, no, you're not. Turns out he's at the restaurant next door.
All these metrosexuals staring at me, and they knew I didn't belong, and they were correct. It was embarrassing. I had to slink out with my awful coat.
His winter coat.
You didn't dress up for your dinner with Bob?
I wore a decent shirt, but
No, you know what? Somehow we got to tape this because Norton is a completely different person when he has to be.
What do you mean?
He's just really nice. He's clean shaven. He has a nice shirt on. He's very polite.
Yeah.
He eats a lot better.
I have good table manners.
That's what I was trying to say. Yes, he has very good.
I understand that though.
Man,
I totally understand that. I've been in situations where you have to be the nice guy, and you're on alert. You're on nice guy alert for the whole time you're there. Like dinner with a girlfriend's family when you're growing up, and you're still in school or something, and the girl invites you over dinner with the family, and you're just completely aware of everything you're saying, everything you're doing. You can't screw up. And you've got that dopey smile on your face like all is right with the world. I'm happy to be here. I'm a gentleman. You don't have to worry that I'm going to stick it up her ass. Or you got to be a nice guy.
The grandmother makes a little joke and you laugh politely. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Maybe add something in that makes them laugh in such a clean fashion.
Yeah.
No, nothing blue.
Yeah, that's right. Like you said, Hitler was an underachiever.
Know what I've been known to say at these dinners when you're trying to impress the other family? Oh, boy, chicken.
Chicken. Oh, boy. Now, Bill, you're on your diet, Bill.
Oh, boy.
Bill, put the chicken down. Love that movie.
Yeah. So we're having dinner, and Norton and I are looking at each other just laughing because, we're burying each other, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At one point, Robin's, Bob's wife there.
Robin.
That's right, Robin. Robin is going to Norton. I don't understand why you don't have a girlfriend. You seem like a really nice guy.
So she does not listen to the show.
Oh, she listens to the show. She's got problems with the show. I don't like when you guys use the C word. I just don't like that.
Wow.
And I'm learning way too much about you, Opie. I thought you were a really nice guy. I'm like,
See,
this is what I hate.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in my own family and stuff. I don't want to talk about the radio show when we're not doing it with people like that. We know the type of show we need to do to get our audience. We don't need Bob's wife, critiquing us at dinner. We just don't.
Like if Bob's wife says the show is hysterical,
then I know we're in deep trouble.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
but she's like, true. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like that C word on the radio. I'm like, well, whatever, man. The show might not be for you. Well, I know it's not for her, but I'm trying to be polite. And it's like, and I want my kids. She's a mother of 3. I want my kids to listen to you, and I just can't. And they're begging me to put the show on. It's like, what are you doing?
Shouldn't be children listening to this program.
Oh, and Bob heard all the crap we said about him.
Oh, he did?
And
I thought he was on a plane.
He's trying to play it off like, ho, 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 ho.
It's just for the... I know it's just for the air.
He goes, why is my mic crapping out? Is it the headphones?
It's your headphones, because I don't hear it crap out.
Oh, really?
Clear as a bell, Ope.
So, yeah, Bob heard all that stuff, and he's playing it off like, oh, I've been in this business a long time. I could take it.
Yeah.
I know what this is about. But he said that like 3 or 4 times, which means he can't take it,
right,
and he's really bothered by it.
Oh, no.
Because he knows we speak the truth when we say that, that he wanted us to shut our mouths for the last 2 years so he could collect his 10%. Because it comes down to money with everybody. Who are you kidding? So then Norton breaks out his digital camera. And she's like,
Were there celebrities around? Is that what happened?
No, we started talking about it. I had a couple of good ones from the Trump roast with me. I forget how we started talking about it. Because she's like, well, Bob loves to do that. So, pictures.
Maybe not how Norton likes to do it. So can I see your pictures? And all of a sudden, in a panic, Norton's like, and he's like quickly scanning, making sure there's nothing too crazy in there.
And this is Voss's cock, and this here is...
So then he realized it was safe, and they're going over the pictures. But then it comes to a picture of a girl, but it's a video clip.
Oh, a little video clip?
And Robin's like, why do you have a video clip of this girl? And what'd you say? Because I don't want to mess that up.
It was a picture of a girl, and with the camera, what I had done was... I have like a little video option on my camera.
Yeah.
So I pretend I'm taking a picture, but I'm actually shooting video. An idea I got from somebody else. But I'm actually saying, I'm trying to get a picture of you here. You having a good time tonight? Just to hear the girl going, oh, yeah, this is great. On video.
Oh, man.
Oh, not sexual to get sex, but you never know if some kook is going to freak out and say that you did something bad. So
how many video clips do you have on file on your computer?
Dude, I should have been doing it all along. I've only done it like once or twice. And it's only with somebody who I don't know that well.
But this is what he does.
But if you have
he gets evidence on his camera.
You don't have to.
Can I get
you
new
have
headphones?
to if you're living a certain lifestyle. Then you have to. If you're living the Jim Norton lifestyle, then you are in a situation where you have to take video clips and get alibis.
You have to get people to just confirm that they're having fun, because you don't know. Someone might feel guilty. I mean, let's be honest. They're not going to look at me and go, well, I'm glad I fucked him. I'm very realistic, so they might wake up and go, ugh, what was I doing?
Right.
So take advantage of me.
So she explains this to Bob's wife, and she goes, well, maybe you shouldn't be inviting women like this up to your apartment.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there like, God, she has no idea. And I didn't want to blow up your spot.
Yeah, doesn't she listen to the show?
I didn't want to blow up your spot, and I'm dying to just let her in on everything.
Do you understand that these are mostly hookers that come up here, and they're drug addicts, and one of them is going to freak out one time and say something to try to get some money, and I want some proof.
But you couldn't say that to Bob's wife, so it was hilarious.
She's the nicest lady ever.
I know. And then there's a picture of puke in a sink or something.
No, what that was...
What was that?
I think you know how we do little weird things for the listeners?
Because she was like, oh my God, and she got all freaky and handed the camera back. And I thought, because of what we were talking about yesterday, I thought it might have been a picture of a girl gagging. Remember the puke bucket?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was the actual puke bucket.
It is the puke bucket.
That was the puke bucket?
It wasn't puke. What happened was this. I was embarrassed. When I was sick last week, I was coughing up so much phlegm, and I was just spitting into a bucket. Dude, it was 2 or 3 days worth of awful loogers.
Oh, man, stop it. I'm going to...
I got a picture right here.
Yeah, show Anthony the picture.
It's not that bad, actually.
It's pretty bad.
But I was going to put it on the blog if I wrote about it or something. I just wanted to have it, because you can't... It smelled, too. It had that awful sick breath smell.
Oh, God, stop it.
It's not that bad, Ant. I'm telling you.
I got to drink water.
It's so funny that you get freaked out by this.
It's not that bad. It's not that. It's fucking.
Snot to me is a close second to shit.
No, it's not even snot. It's only say it's just a bucket full of stuff.
Oh,
it's God! Damn! It's a bucket full of all spittle. I mean, it's just on the. It's nothing. Don't be shy. Why is everybody so shy?
Oh, Jesus, that's disgusting.
See, it's got a little bit of color on that one.
Hey, I just got an idea really fast.
What's that,
You know that the Red Sox obviously are in the World Series. What are the odds of getting World Series tickets for this radio show?
They don't get comps.
Now?
They just signed this massive deal with Major League Baseball.
Hey,
Someone get
that's
us a
right.
pair of freaking tickets to the World Series because I want to bring back the Boston Clam Chowder Puke Fest.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was hilarious, though, man. That was so freaking funny. We have to break that out for World Series tickets. Our first contest. Why not?
I know, that would be great. We made people eat Boston clam.
We need really good seats to the World Series. We just have to do this. It was the funniest freaking thing. We did it for Super Bowl tickets last time around. It was one of the funniest shows we've ever done. Just because of the reaction of Anthony, he can't take it, and these guys everybody just puking. One guy would puke, and then other guys involved in the contest started puking. And
really is nothing funnier than someone gearing up to puke, and everyone watching him is going,
and
there
then
he goes.
Then when it couldn't get any worse, you had guys eating the puke, which made other guys puke. It was just so out of control.
Oh, yeah, for more tickets or whatever, they would eat a piece of puke?
Yeah, we got to get World Series tickets and bring back the clam chowder bit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't watch a porn video like some of these Brazil scat movies where the girls are like, they're taking dumps on each other. But
I watch those.
But they're vomiting on each other, too?
I watch that, too, but it really, it's so disgusting. You can't watch those alone. It's got to be with a room full of friends and stuff because you kind of laugh. Because it's a goof.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no. Yeah, I forgot about that. I thought I was like alone jacking off. But you're right, it was with friends laughing.
But no, it's snot I can't take.
Really?
I am so I cannot handle snot. If there was a snot video, I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Someone told me about a mistress who blew her nose in his mouth, which I read that. He's like a human toilet.
That just got me.
She blew her nose. And she put his mouth on her nose, and she blew her nose in his mouth.
That's bad.
That just got me.
Because even my own stuff, you blow your nose, and then you do the roll up the tissue thing, and screw it in there, and then pull out a big rubber band. I just can't handle it. I skeeve. I can't look at it. I got to throw it away really quick.
Bosses? Voss will pull out boogers that should be hanging off a cave ceiling. And this dirty, awful man, he wraps them up. He has cigarettes in his ashtray, so he'll go, and he'll laugh. And then he'll just take the cigarette butt and, drape the booger around it. It's the filthy. It's like he's making a pig in a blanket out of a booger and a cigarette butt. He's the worst person alive.
It's disgusting.
And he wipes his boogers on the walls and stuff, too. He's one of those guys.
He's awful. He's an awful person from head to toe.
Anyway, so, Robin, Bob's wife, was trying to get to know Norton a little bit. Just can't understand why he doesn't have a girlfriend.
That's
it was hilarious.
Well, I'm always polite around wives or girlfriends. You have to be.
You gotta be.
Because if I got a girl with me who I like, I want a guy to be polite or respectful. I hate guys that just don't know the rules. I'm a pig with you guys.
That's true.
And then I made the mistake of telling Bob's wife that I'm having a problem with dumping.
Why would you tell her this?
I don't know. Because there was nothing else to talk about.
Yeah,
You've been at these dinners. You start looking at the ceiling going, what can we talk about next?
Look at my watch and go, okay, so, if I leave now, I can be home by.
So she's like, tell me more. I'm a mother of 3. I can help you.
Oh.
So I'm telling her, I can't crap.
She's giving you motherly advice on taking a dump.
So then Norton is just looking like, I can't wait to, talk about this tomorrow on the air, so I might as well say it first. And then she's asking me, well, what kind of food are you eating? It might be too much fiber in your diet. So I told her about the oatmeal, and she's like, oh, it's the oatmeal. And then she's like, I forgot what she told me to do. Oh, she said to eat fruit.
Yeah, dried fruit. Can I tell you the joy that brought me? When I realized that little faggoty snack he brings in was the source of his misery, like he can't take a shit because of that oatmeal he brings in.
Yeah, you're backing yourself up. It's like Elmer's glue and fiberglass you're putting in yourself.
So then we're just discussing bowel movements.
You brought in more oatmeal today?
Yeah, he's hiding it over there.
Now,
but we see
you know what's going to happen? You're going to back yourself up some more.
We have to. I promised them we wouldn't talk about this, but we have to.
That looks like the inside of my bucket, by the way. Your oatmeal.
Thank God I'm just about done. I don't care. We have to talk about what's going on in their relationship.
What?
We have to.
Did
we promise them?
I didn't promise them.
I don't know. Is it sexual?
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Is it sexual though?
Well, I think they kind of gave us the okay at the end of dinner, right? Sort of.
Well,
I'm trying to be cool.
Like it matters.
With this new gig, I'm trying to be cool because I actually want to have friends when I'm not on the radio.
Screw friends.
The old show, it got to the point no one wanted to hang out with me because they knew we'd just talk about them the next day. There's a guy
Yeah.
They live in L.A. that really, really wants Bob's wife. And
Uh-oh.
Bob knows it. Bob's
Uh-oh.
not stupid. Bob's a man. He understands. But Bob's wife thinks that this guy's just being nice.
Oh, yeah.
And Bob has to, like, tell her to stop emailing the guy.
Oh, boy.
Bob,
this doesn't sound good.
Bob,
Dude, this doesn't sound good.
No, I believe her. It's like she is just...
She's very nice.
She's
really
very
nice.
naive and very innocent. I mean, she's a mother of 3, so she really doesn't really get what's going on. And, the guy pretty much has come on to her.
How is there an emailing relationship going on?
Bob wants it to stop, but for some reason it's not
anyone
stopping.
that's out there right now, hello, you listening to me? Anyone that's out there, if your girlfriend or wife emails guys on like a nightly basis, they're sitting there chatting on AOL or emailing back and forth, getting emails from guys, there's something going on there. No matter what they say, it's not some innocent little thing. It's a relationship. It is a relationship that can blossom, that can go further and further. Thank God Bob doesn't spend much time traveling. The guy's on the road all the time.
And Bob, Bob wants to beat the crap out of the guy, and if he was taller than 5'5", I think he would do it. Because I think this guy's like over 6 foot tall.
Is he handsome?
Supposedly he's handsome.
Is he handsome? Have they traded pictures?
No.
How did they spark up a relationship where they're emailing? Or
their kids are in the same class.
Oh, God.
And the mom...
A common ground. Great. This is good.
And this guy ran into Robin's mom. I guess Robin used to know the guy, just, as an acquaintance back in the day.
Bob, end this quickly.
This has been going on for a while because I asked for the update, and it was very uncomfortable when it brought it up at the table. I'm like, so what's going on with it? I'm not going to say the guy's name. And
why can't you say his first name?
No, I don't want, because I don't want to, just whatever.
Why, is he famous?
Reason.
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
So, this guy asked for Robin's cell phone number and calls. And then Robin takes the call, and, I think in the beginning he openly just flirted with her, and she's like, no, I'm not interested, thank you anyway, I'm a mother of 3, I'm very happy with my husband. I mean, she's playing it perfectly. I mean, she's not interested, I swear to you, okay?
Yeah.
But the guy will not give up on it and starts emailing her and calling her anyway, and then, Robin, trying to get out of this, set this creep, she calls him the creep, up with her friends. And so he's going out with her friends, but still not happy, and it's not working out. And then I guess Bob took his wife on a romantic getaway for their 10-year anniversary up to the Napa Valley.
Yeah.
And as they're driving, her cell phone rings. Her cell phone rings, and it's on the speakerphone in the car, and it's this guy.
How did he get the cell phone number?
He's had it.
How?
Why? From Robin's mom, I do believe.
No.
Well, we talked about that. My mom gave my number out to my ex-psycho girlfriend.
Dude, here's the rule of thumb.
They don't understand. They're like, oh, you want to say hi to Robin?
That's enough evidence right there. Here's the rule of thumb you got to go by, guys and girls. If you know for sure that your mate isn't cheating on you, they might be cheating on you.
Now,
if you think that your mate is cheating on you, they are cheating on you. That's how it works.
I could speak for Robin. She's not cheating on Bob and has no intention to. I think, personally, she kind of likes the attention. A little bit of the attention that's going on.
You know how these things, they grow out of control. It's a virus. It's like this show.
And that's what Bob's paranoid about.
Right, and he very well should be.
He's a little worried. He's like, he wants...
These things don't stay where they are, static. They
wants
blossom.
Nipped in the butt, as they say, but... they're running into him at all the school functions.
Of course.
It's not like this guy's from another city or another town.
He's bad. Poor Bob.
He's in the same community.
Oh, poor Bob.
I think Bob was okay with it, and then he realized that his wife is really hot, and he walked by a mirror, and he's like, uh-oh. I better do something here. Because I don't know how Bob pulled that off.
I think Bob, that's why Bob grew the beard.
Oh, do you think it's...
I think he's trying to look
trying to be a little more hip?
I think he's trying to look sexier.
He saw some, Kirk Douglas movie from the mid-'70s. He's like, that's the look.
You're going to trade in the Vista Cruiser for a vet? Try to be all hip?
Get an earring like Ed Bradley.
Oh, it's the earring. Get a tat, yeah. He's got to get a tat.
It's just very interesting what's going on, though, with this whole thing.
Start working out. Get all buff.
What kind of tattoo could he possibly get? A lawyer with a thumbs up?
But there's frustration.
$.
Yeah. There's frustration in Bob's voice because he knows what this is all about. He has no doubt in his mind. And she is like, no, he's just being nice. He's a little creepy, but he's just being nice.
No, first of all, a guy in that situation, he's always looking to take it further, always looking for the score, which is to get laid. Yep. That's the goal. That's the goal. He's not doing this to just be friendly and have this little platonic conversation thing on the internet. It's not that way. They look for the final goal is to get laid.
Yep.
And the women are maybe looking for a little companionship, some conversation, something outside the humdrum of married life and raising kids. It's a little bit exciting. It's someone different. And that can take off. That can launch. If the guy's smooth and starts talking, they got the rap. Hey, look, I'm not talking about something that's never happened here. Stuff like this happens all the time.
Well, Chris Rock
has to nip this in the bud.
Chris Rock has that great bit.
I know, the platonic friendship.
The platonic friendship, it's BS.
It's the dick behind the glass. In case of emergency, break glass.
Yeah. What you're saying basically is if this guy, right, has some type of a smooth, guinea voice and olive oil charm.
Nice.
I know what you're saying.
Now you get the hell out of here.
Hey, there was
I ain't no agent. I heard that story.
Really
His
fast.
name is Bob Eatman, and he bores my father.
Really fast, the NYPD put in a request on the email.
Yeah.
You know, when you guys are doing the lines back and forth, and I get most of the movies. They're like, could you just give us a list of movies where these are from so we can play along at home?
Oh,
so
right.
just list them really fast. I said it's Goodfellas.
Well, a lot of them are Goodfellas, Godfather.
Clockwork Orange.
Godfather 2 more than Godfather 1.
That was Godfather, both of them.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange, The Shining.
Shining is
Cuckoo's
huge.
Nest, I love tossing in Cuckoo's Nest, always
Full Metal Jacket.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We said Goodfellas. Casino.
Yeah.
Little Casino.
Occasionally.
That's the majority of them.
Those are the ones. I think that was the list they gave the guy.
We don't stray from our list very much, very often.
You don't realize.
JFK.
Oh, JFK.
Oh, my God, yeah.
You haven't really done a lot of the JFK. So what do you think with this situation?
It looks really bad. Really bad.
Bob is frustrated with this. It's hilarious.
And if Bob is frustrated with it, that means it's gotten to the point where it's gotten further than it should have gotten. And you know something? You got to nip it. He's got to do something. But yeah, he's in a rough situation because, first of all, he's not a tough guy. He's a tough negotiator. Maybe he can negotiate a deal with the guy.
You don't understand.
10% of his wife. Something like that. I could see that Bob figuring something like that out.
Well, Bob, you don't understand. It's like you don't need violence. I mean, Bob with his pen could do more than 10,000 men with guns. I mean, Bob has a lot of power as an attorney. Just hire someone to kill the guy, Bob. What's the matter with you? Hire some guy to just smash his feet with a bat.
All right, let's say
something. He's got to tell his wife.
He has.
He's got to say,
I've seen him say it to her.
No, I mean serious. He's got to say, look, this stops. This stops. I'm going to get you a new cell phone. You change the number, and this guy gets this number again, and, there's going to be a big problem. Big problem.
Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
You got the same problem?
Yeah, well, you know what it is? I've been listening to you guys for a long time. I'm originally from Long Island. I used to live around the corner from Bob Buckman.
That's great.
The cue of the day.
Well, you know, it really sucks because, I moved out to PA, and I'm a truck driver, and I'm gone like every other day. All right? And my wife became friends with this guy, and the same thing. Every time, man, you fuck up, it's like he's there to comfort her.
Right.
And it blows. And I tried everything. And this guy, he calls the house once in a while, I pick up the phone, he hangs up the phone. He's scared of me.
That's creepy.
And it is. And, I want to kick the living shit out of him, all right? And, he runs scared from me. And, it's the same thing, so you don't dare fuck up because he's just in the aisles waiting for you.
What would your wife or what would someone's girlfriend do if all of a sudden every night you're carrying on a conversation with a girl online and you're getting this little relationship where she's calling you on the phone, you're talking, and then you tell the wife, oh, you're just friends. You think any wife or girlfriend would stand by for that crap? Of course not.
No way in hell, man. They hang out to dry, man. The first thing they'll do is screw you over.
Oh, because you're just looking to get laid. But, I'm just sitting here and I'm in this relationship online, but it's not going to go any further than that. But Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Because,
always progressing, moving forward up to the point where the guy wants to take it, which is sinking it deep in your loved one.
And let me tell you something. Women are more capable of being friends because a lot, especially when they're married with kids, because a lot of times they don't get out of the house that much. They're kind of bored, so they have fun online, chitting and chatting.
Little chit-chat.
I've talked to a lot of married women, and to be honest with you, most of them, 80 to 90% of them, just want to be friendly and they don't want to take it anywhere. Once in a while, you'll get lucky and pick one off, but normally they just want to be friendly. And I'm the dirtbag at home with my pants, I'm whacking my bag trying to get something dirty started.
I see what you mean, but you know something? It only takes one guy to break through that barrier, be a little smooth, and it's over.
I'm crass and obvious.
Yeah. You are crass.
I try to
and
put
obvious.
LOL at the end of it, but it doesn't, So you want to take a dump on my chest? LOL. Just kidding, having fun.
ROFLO.
ROAF, rolling all over floor. I only want to hear that if you're a burn victim.
All right, thank you, John. Let's go to Lobster, another trucker checking in today. Hey, Lobster, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? Here, I'll give you the horn.
There you go.
Listen.
Your horn's a little weak.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, what can I say? I'll open the window a little better for you here.
All right.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a loud one.
Listen, I was living in New York City at the time, and I got on a chat room, and I met this chick down in Delaware.
Ooh.
Her husband was a trucker, and he was gone. I worked local, and he was gone, out all the time, and she started confiding in me. 4 kids, the whole 9 yards, married 10 years. Slamming body. 38 double Ds, 32, 36. Unbelievable. 5'8", dark brown hair, doe eyes, beautiful. She runs the show for her husband. I mean, she totally dominates this guy. Well, she's complaining about him. Well, let me tell you, this chick is into everything totally freaky. I mean, I've introduced her to fisting, domination.
Fisting? How do you introduce someone to
how
fisting?
How do you introduce someone to fisting?
Yeah, what do you do? Put on Caligula and go, wait,
Pull out the lard.
My God. She is a kinky dream come true. She's totally into being dominated. Tie her up. She has to be tied up when I fist her. She just loves it because
they all do, yes.
Oh, she thrashes around. I've even done double anal fisting with her. I mean, just totally over the top.
Shake hands with yourself.
Wait a minute.
Hey, pleased to meet you.
Wait, double anal fisting?
I swear to God, 2 fists in the anal cavity.
2 in the end. And then you know what you do? You try to clap. And then you say, hey, I can't clap. And she goes, tight, huh?
Oh, I tell you, hey, I had to refurbish her. I put in a 20-pound ham and pulled out the bone.
Lovely.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. So listen, guys, I'm warning you, man. If you're in that kind of relationship, that shit is happening.
All right.
And listen, I work down in Florida right now. I drive a cement bulk hauler. I got WOW written on all the mud flaps.
Oh, thank
you. I go through Gainesville, Florida. I run dedicated route between Tampa and Gainesville, and that's the college town, Florida Gators. I have had a couple of those wonderful, lovely, perky college flashes at me.
Yeah,
very nice.
The girls definitely are out there, and the girls are definitely out there ready to flash it if you have WOW in your car. I'm telling you, it works like a charm.
Don't the truckers tend to be chatty Cathys?
What else they got? They're lonely out there.
I understand.
All right, Lobster. Thank you.
Bye,
hey,
fella.
have a good one, guys.
Can't believe he put both claws in her little backside.
Double anal.
Little rubber bands around his hand. Oh, little Lobster. Giving her
little rubber band.
I didn't know that was possible.
Oh yeah, it is.
That hurt.
Fisting to me is disgusting and violating.
That would hurt. Oh, we found your limit, huh?
Does nothing. I don't like anything inserted into a woman. I'm a pervert, but it's got to be organic. I don't like dildos and toys. Beat it with that crap. No. Put this in. For what?
What is that doing for me?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's part of your self-centeredness. You think it would just have to be you in there.
But no, I mean, no, not at all, 'cause I know I'm kind of inept. But it's not about just, using the vagina as an object holder. It's not a pencil holder. I'd rather lick it. I mean, it's not about me. I'm in there. Believe me, I'm a good egg, but I don't like putting stuff in there in a fist.
It's so weird where his lines are, but
it really is. Okay, let's say hi to Dale, another trucker. A lot of truckers checking in today.
Of course. Very early.
Hey.
Hey, Owen, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. You had the same issue as our agent?
Oh, shit, yeah. I mean, when I woke up, I just woke up with your radio station, and I'm sitting there, and the next thing I hear is a story, and I had a flashback. This shit happened to me exactly.
Really?
Well, let me tell you something. If he thinks it's going on, it's going on. I was married for 4 months. And my ex, man, she was doing a phone deal and everything. We went out to New York City. We're from Indiana. We went out to New York City for Christmas last year. All the way out there and all the way back. Her cell phone was ringing, and guess what? It was old Bob. That's who it was.
Huh.
I don't think, but I'm going to disagree with one thing. Just because you think she's doing it, not necessarily true, because his wife is not cheating on him. I don't think she's cheating on him at all.
I have to say that because we probably shouldn't even have brought this story
No,
up.
but the problem is,
I just know that it's just a flirtatious thing.
Close enough.
That's driving Bob nuts, and they're trying to figure out how to make this guy go away.
Close enough, and there's no upside to it. It can't end good.
But she's asked him to don't email me anymore. Like, please don't email me anymore. I'm uncomfortable with your compliments.
Then if she, something, if she did that, then fine. Let him email. Delete.
Yeah.
Never answer again. Change your phone number. Don't answer the cell phone. I don't understand.
Hey, mine said the same thing. She said that, well, I asked them to quit doing this, and I asked them to quit doing that, and then, something just happened. And,
I asked them.
Whatever. But
and where did this guy come from? How did she meet him?
How did mine meet him?
Yeah, how did
he was the manager in the store where she used to work at.
Oh,
there you go.
At the Walmart?
No, at a truck stop. So that's on my tab.
Oh boy.
So what happened? The only thing that's suspicious though is like every time the guy would call the house, she would say to Bob, could you leave?
Oh.
Like she would ask him to go to the other room so she could talk. But
but that's nothing.
No, let's calm down now. Eric from Nebraska, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, man. When my wife and I have been married 8 years, and she caught me on AOL right after we got married, chatting with some woman, and she turned around and started doing the same damn thing with some guy.
Well, it was your fault. You started it.
Good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh yeah, but see, the thing is she caught me red-handed doing it. She tried being sneaky with me, and I installed spyware software where I could keep an eye on what she was doing.
Yep.
And so I caught her, and the conversation started getting real racy. Like, the guy wanted to meet her, and my wife was real sweet and innocent and all this shit. And a friend of mine told me one day, he said, there was some strange guy over at your house, or over at your apartment when one of my buddies lived a couple houses down, or a couple doors down from us. He goes, there was some guy over there today. That's all. I don't know who the fuck he was. So I turned around and set up 2 hidden video cameras in our apartment. I don't know if I still have the tape. I told your screener I'll look and see if I still do. But, man, my sweet and innocent wife who told me she'd never cheat on me.
You got video of her? What was she doing in the video?
Oh, just about anything that she wouldn't do with me, that's for damn sure.
Here he is.
Here's the guy watching this video.
Yeah, I just,
Turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off!
Oh no, okay. No, that was a tape of me last night watching the Yankee game.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I got confused.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate that online thing. I was online. I was trying to pick up what I thought was a cop once. Turned out to be a 13-year-old girl when I went to meet her. Isn't that horrible?
I hate when that happens.
So deceiving.
Alabama trucker checking in. It's Colt 4-5. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I'm cruising through this fuckhole state of Alabama.
I love these truckers, man.
Oh, shit.
Hang in there. So what do you got today?
It's all foggy and shitty out.
It's Alabama.
Yeah.
That's a sunny day in Alabama. Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, bro?
Those truck driver who called in earlier fucking another truck driver's wife while he's out.
Yeah.
They're called Jodies, man.
Jodies?
Yeah, that's what we call them out here, is a Jody.
A Jody.
The guy, as soon as you leave the house, he's over pumping cock in your wife as fast as hard as he can do it.
Wow.
Fucking slime bag.
You know what? I'm starting to think that there's not many truckers out there in a happy relationship. There's
I
all
know.
sorts of crap going on when they're
How can they be
on the road.
They're getting hemorrhoids from bouncing all over the highway, and their awful wives are giving a box to some creep in the neighborhood. I don't blame them.
There's a couple more. The phones have exploded. We want to move on to a couple things here, but Ryan in Chicago, hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Pretty good, bro.
Kind of had the same thing happen to me a year ago. My wife kicked me out. I'm a trucker. And I moved in with my best friend. He kept going down there telling me he's just being friends with her. Found out he's fucking her in my house while I was sleeping on his couch in his apartment.
Wow. Oh, Jesus. That's low.
Now the two of them are living together. But the best thing is I got the house and everything out of the whole deal.
Did you beat him up, though?
Come close a few times. Every time I go near their house, they call the cops on me for something stupid.
Yeah, because it's your problem.
Yeah, I've got the problem, and he's the lowlife that snuck in and banging my old lady in my bed.
Well, what did you think, though, like, when you were at his couch? What did he say? I'll go talk to her, and I'll be back? Like, well, how would it happen that he would just wind up there and tell you about it?
No, he'd tell me he was going to somewhere else to see some other girl.
Oh.
I went down to my house one day, and he's sitting in my kitchen cooking dinner for my wife and kids. Oof. I drug him out of the house, and the lowlife bastard wouldn't raise his hands. I threw him all over the yard, and he wouldn't do nothing.
Just one man tossing another man around the yard. I like that.
Yeah.
Smell your wife on his penis.
Naked in a hot tub together.
He didn't want his. He didn't want to punch you because he didn't want his hands to swell because he wanted to fist your wife.
Probably. That's okay. You can have the fat skank whore anyway.
Hey, there you go.
That's right. Move on to another one, sir.
Thank God you went with that with me, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was awkward for all of us.
I wasn't that brave to go with that, but thank you for helping me out.
Guys, opening his heart up and you're doing a fisting reference.
I know. Gee, you didn't want swollen fists. All right, two more and we'll move on. Okay, let's another trucker in PA. It's Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hey guys, what's going on? Here, let me give you the horn quick.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, yeah, I fucked my ex-old lady more now than I did when I was married.
Really?
That's an odd thing, man. That is an odd thing when I hear this. So
well, she just got remarried back in July. That's the best part.
She's remarried and you're still banging her?
Oh yeah. The new husband works middle shift, so he ain't never home at night. Every time I bring my son home, she puts him in bed and we just go to town.
Wow. See,
they're all pigs.
People are all just disgusting.
No, it's everybody. Everyone just wants to get laid. We all make believe we don't want
yes,
to.
Yes, mister?
Oh! Bravo!
You got it!
Bravo! He nailed you.
Oh, you ate it.
It's like you were his ex-wife. The way he just banged you.
I'm tired today.
I am tired. God damn it.
Wow, that rarely happens right there.
He got me good.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
I poked my fat face right out. Can I help you?
Hello?
Smash.
Yes, sir? Yes, sir?
Rich.
Wait, he's still there? Hello?
Richie.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I was at a wedding. My wife has a lot of clients, and there was this one lawyer guy who kept calling all the time, email and everything. So we're all sitting at the wedding table, and we're getting a little drunk. He says, you know, I never want you to think that there's anything going on with my wife. So, you know, everything's quiet because people are talking and shit. And I said, if anything was ever going on with my wife, I'd just beat the fucking balls off of you. The whole wedding goes dead quiet. Fucking very uncomfortable situation.
Was anything
going
on?
From the guy again.
What was going on with this guy, though?
I think he was trying to strike up something with my wife, but then once I confronted him, he just disappeared.
You're not a lawyer, right?
No. I'm a construction worker.
Yeah, definitely. That's Trump's lawyer, definitely, when it comes to the fisticuffs.
That's it for the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Golly gosh.
Catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific, with replays throughout the day. Want more? Go to opieandanthony.com.